What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Marvel Rivals Invitational. I'm super excited to get into the action, but first, some introductions. I'm Jake. I'm here. Hank, how you feeling for this tournament?
I'm feeling good, Jake. My name is Hank the Tank. Nice to meet you guys. We will be casting the $20,000 Marvel Rivals Invitational Tournament for you guys today, and I'm very excited. We have a lot of great competition out here, Jake, and I hope you're as excited as I am, man. We're going to see some high-level Marvel Rivals gameplay today.
Yeah, I mean, we're kicking it off with the two teams who are in the grand finals of the previous tournament in the playtest for Marvel Rivals. So Team Euphoria is going to be looking to potentially get some revenge from that second place. Nightmare, though, keeping pretty much the same roster, wants to stay on top, wants to earn another championship here in Marvel Rivals. And I think a lot of the fans are just excited to see like what goes down. You know, so many people have jumped into the game and playing their favorite characters, but I think it'll be cool to see some of the best players and their approaches to the game, you know, what strategies they want to bring out.
Yeah, so first off, we are going to tell you guys about the Winter Celebration event. We have the brand new Jeff skin you guys can earn by simply logging in, playing that 4v4 Jeff game mode. We know how much you love Jeff, so we figured might as well give him his own game mode. Then we also have the brand new Venom and Magic skins coming to the shop very soon in a week. And then right now you can purchase the Groot and Rocket Raccoon Christmas skins. All of these skins are pretty fire, Jake, if I say so myself, man. How are you feeling about them?
I want this Groot skin, man. I'm trying to be the Santa Claus reindeer Groot. I just something about that skin tickles me. So to be honest, that's the one I've got my eye on this Christmas.
It tickles you, huh? Well, I'm very excited. Like you were saying, Nightmare and Euphoria will be our first match of the day. Nightmare is looking to get their revenge on, Euphoria is looking to get their revenge on Nightmare, as they did lose in the recent $15,000 War of the Realms tournament to them. And then we also have Luminosity going up against NRG later today as well. Two big organizations going head to head. A lot of big names we'll be seeing as well. Do you have any predictions for this tournament so far yet, Jake? Or are we just riding it out?
My only prediction is that all predictions are off. You know, with the launch of the game, there's so many new heroes to jump in and play. You know, there's so many new strategies. Like, I have no idea. Just when I was hopping into play, I was like, you know, I thought I had these preconceived notions of these heroes seem like the best from the play test, but I've kind of thrown it all out the window. I think there's so many new strategies that we're going to see in this tournament, especially with hero bans and protects. We're going to get to see, you know, what teams consider the strongest, what characters that they individually want to play. And there's also going to be an opportunity for teams to kind of put pressure on each other with that ban system. You know, if you know this team has this one strategy, you can kind of ban out a hero from them and, you know, prevent them from using it for most of the series. That could be really powerful. So it's going to be exciting to see how teams adapt through the tournament.
So first off, for the schedule, we are in the knockout stage right now. We have 4 teams, so there will be Luminosity versus NRG and Euphoria versus Nightmare. Whoever wins advances to the winners finals, which will be tomorrow, and the losers will also go head to head as well tomorrow. And the loser of the losers match will be eliminated from the tournament, and the only team that will not be walking away with any money. And then on Championship Sunday as well, we have the lower bracket finals and then the grand finals as well, where we are competing for that grand prize.
Yeah, I mean, 10 grand for first place, but man, it would be a real punch in the gut to be walking away with nothing. So all these teams really want to get these wins. You know, a win today secures you at least a top 3 placement, right? Like, you can't be going home first. So definitely these first 2 matches, eyes out. You know, these teams, once they play each other, you know, once they play here on the tournament, they're going to expose their strategies, and, you know, there's going to give teams an opportunity to, you know, watch what each other do, innovate, and adapt to one another. And definitely everyone's going to be competing for that top prize, but a lot of money to be won here for these top organizations in Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, whopping $20,000, first place $10,000. You do not want to lose that first match, because it will be very hard to come back and get that first place.
Yeah, a lot to be played for here. Super exciting. Today's matches, first up, we are going to be starting off with that rematch from the previous tournament grand finals. Team Euphoria taking on Nightmare, our previous champions. Going to be super excited to see that clash, if there's new strategies that have emerged. Honestly, I think I'd be really surprised if there weren't, you know, new strategies coming out with how many new characters are in the game. What a huge patch we've gotten. You know, so many people have been jumping in, playing Marvel Rivals, playing their favorite Marvel characters, or, you know, trying to craft the best strategies. And then, of course, after this first match, we're going to be following it up with NRG taking on LG, 2 teams that we've seen a bit of some of these players from other games and in previous Marvel Rivals tournaments, but these teams I think are a little bit more of an unknown in the tournament.
Yeah, there's definitely some big names on some of these teams here. We can see a lot of very different team comps, And the pick and ban system is going to be very interesting as well. We could see some triple tanks, triple supports, maybe triple DPS. There's so much you can run in the Marvel Rivals game because there is no role queue. There's a variety of lineups you can run, and I think that's very interesting, and we could see a lot of different variations in this tournament.
I'm curious, Hank, what have you been playing? Like for me, when I've been hopping on, I'm just a DPS man. I'm playing Hela, I'm playing Hawkeye. I've been playing a lot of Namor when those two are banned. That's kind of my sleeper pick that I really enjoy. But what have you been grinding the most in playing the game so far?
I also myself, a little bit of a Hela main, a very strong character that you can carry on, as we do know that. Hawkeye is also very strong as well. I haven't played much of him. I'm one of those that will ban Hawkeye right away at the start of the match as well. But I've been playing a lot of Groot as well. I love playing some Groot. Gonna be using that new Groot Christmas skin as well that you guys should purchase potentially as well. Psylocke's been really fun to use too. A good dive character, very strong as well. I feel like Luna Snow maybe strongest support character, Mantis as well. Those are a lot of fun heroes to play. What about you, Jake, as well, besides Hela mainly?
Well, to be honest with the bans, I've been playing a little bit of Groot when my team needs a tank. I like Groot so much. Such a fun character. The ult, so powerful, being able to pull everybody in. And then aside from that, I played a little bit of Venom. I've been enjoying Venom, a little dive tanking action, getting into those backlines. And I think the sleeper pick for me is Squirrel Girl. I've been playing her probably more than most people at the high rank. I think she's kind of like sleeper okay. Maybe for these like top pro teams, maybe we won't see as much of her, but I'm kind of curious. I think her damage output really is kind of crazy in the right scenario.
She does have really good damage output, and her E ability allows you to, if you want, you can get 2 right clicks, 2 of the stuns, or you can have 2 of her hops to have more mobility as well. I feel like she's a pretty underrated character as well.
Yeah, definitely a lot of like trickery you can get up to with some of these characters. I think one thing I've heard from a lot of the top players is Doctor Strange is like really one of the most dominant characters right now, especially with how hard it can be sometimes to like finish off a team fight, cap an objective. That Strange ult, it's so powerful. The Eye of Agamotto stunning everyone in an AoE. I expect to see at this level of play that a ton of these fights are decided by the Doctor Strange player, who can get a bigger ult connection, who's got the creativity with the portals. I think that portal is really in the team competitive setting is one of the most interesting skills. You can really use it in all these different ways. We see Doctor Strange as like portaling the enemy team to their death in a pit from spawn, so I really think that that's an opportunity for a lot of these players to get really creative and do something really different. I'm just excited to see the way the best players are using that, because it's the type of thing that you can definitely watch and then apply in your own games when you hop on to play online.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is definitely a very strong tank in my opinion, probably top 3 tanks in the game. You could pull off a lot of great portal plays. Same thing with Jeff as well. You can get an insane team wipe with that. I'm very interested how we're going to see the picks and bans. Maybe we'll see some strange bans. We'll see some targeting of like the very strong heroes, or they'll be targeting their specific team comp if they've done their research. Maybe if they're a bunch of dive heroes, preventing that. I'm interested to see how this plays out.
I like, though, with all these new characters released, you can't really prevent a strategy from coming out. You can kind of target a specific player hero combo and put pressure on them to show more diversity. But in the end, there's a lot of snipers, there's a lot of divers, there's a lot of like every variety of character. So even if you do get those bans off, number one, the teams are going to have a protect after the first ban. Both teams are going to get a protect, so they get the opportunity to ensure that they get to play at least one hero. But in the end, only 2 bans per team is not really enough to completely suppress a certain style of character. So I think the hero bans are going to get a lot more interesting here in this tournament with so many new characters coming out after the launch.
Definitely, Jake. And another thing we haven't talked much about is the team ups. I feel like there is a lot of strong team ups in the game, such as the Punisher and Bucky with the Raccoon Infinite Ammo. If you run both of those, perhaps that's very strong. The Magneto sword with Scarlet Witch. There's Hela being able to revive Loki and Thor. What do you feel like is the strongest team up in Marvel Rivals?
I think the one you just mentioned, I think the Hela reviving Adam and Thor is like kind of wild, actually. Like it lets you clutch out some of these fights that look unwinnable, and then Hela just not only gets a kill but also gets the res on some of her teammates. It's so impactful in the game. I also think, for me, I think Namor is a bit of a sleeper character right now. I think really powerful in the right hands, has a really nice team up with Luna Snow, and that ultimate, while it's not as like dominant as something like the Hela ultimate, let's say, just being able to like stun and burst through a certain enemy at a certain moment sometimes is exactly what you need to finish stop the objective and like cap a certain checkpoint. And I expect to see, these top teams really are going to be fighting a lot around these important spots on the map where there's like some strong choke point where the defenders can really hold it down. And the matches are going to be decided by who is just like more perfect in those scenarios, who has that cleaner execution, better use of their skills and their ultimate.
Yeah, map knowledge and ultimate conservation is very important in a game like this. Definitely have to know when to press that Q button. You do not want to misclick. You do not want to throw your ultimates away in a losing fight. You need to preserve that, win as many fights as possible. Luna Snow, as you were talking about, a very strong defensive ultimate. You want to be saving that for when you need to defensively. Say if someone were to pop like a Hella ult or Punisher or something like that, you need to be able to counter that, and you don't want to force that out too early as well.
Yeah, we've seen a lot in like high rank play of like Luna and Mantis, just great defensive ults, keep everybody alive, stabilize the team fights. But at the same time, they also do pretty good damage and have their own opportunities as strategists to make big plays and like stun an opponent, maybe a dive hero coming in. You get caught from a sleep or a freeze from Mantis or Luna, and you could easily be in a world of hurt. So I think it's definitely an exciting game to see how the strategists play in the backline. I think that's going to be an underrated aspect. In the end, in hero shooters, we see a lot of like DPS, getting the spotlight. The duelists really they shine just because they're in that kill feed. They're finding those opportunities. But I think that's often the strategists who are like the unsung heroes for the team who make a big difference in just the stability of their play and not making any mistakes at these crucial high pressure moments.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't give enough praise to the strategists, the support heroes on each team. They have a huge role in keeping their team alive, positioning themselves well, trying not to die, and all of that. Who is your favorite strategist player to play so far, Jake?
I would probably say Adam Warlock or Loki. I do like Loki, managing all those clones. I think is actually pretty fun, like being able to not only teleport around and swap positions with them, but, building those little immortality runes, keeping everybody up, or just like spamming, putting so much pressure down with all your clones assisting in that spam damage. And then Adam Warlock is like, I think Adam Warlock, if you like playing duelist and you thinking you want to try strategist, I think Adam Warlock's a great shout because if you have solid aim and you can like make these big burst kills, Adam Warlock can absolutely put out huge damage for the team, while still being a really effective strategist, while still putting out a ton of heals. And that ultimate sometimes is a game changer. If your whole team is getting wiped from some huge ultimate combo that you feel like there's no counter to, well, and like the mass res on your team is so powerful sometimes in allowing you to stabilize despite getting team wiped just a few seconds before. So I'm expecting to see, honestly, I actually have no idea what I'm expecting in terms of like the top level meta, because I really feel like a lot of these characters, like more than you could pick in one team comp, are really strong and like have really powerful skills. So I'm super curious to see, what teams have been cooking up in scrims, what the top players have been using, because in ranked, I've seen a ton of diversity, even up to, I'm in Grandmaster now, and I still feel like, wow, like there's a lot of, I still see somebody pull out a character I haven't seen much of so far, and they make it work. So to me, this is a really exciting time for Marvel Rivals, where there's so much to be discovered, so many new strategies, and I think that's what we're in store for today.
Yeah, also as well, playing at the top level of rank, there is a lot of diversity. I feel like every hero in this game is strong in their own way. You can't really say that any hero can't keep up with the other heroes as well. Everyone is strong in their own team comps as well. With you talking about Adam Warlock, Mantis and Star-Lord, that team up too, being able to revive themselves as well. Adam Warlock is not the only one who can revive himself. Thor and Loki being able to be revived from Hela as well. There's a lot of ways to bring your team back into the fight with certain team comps in this game, and it's very interesting, the comps we could see today, and I'm not sure what we will see, Jake.
Yeah, I mean, I think Star-Lord's a great shout, actually. Like, it's a character that I wasn't seeing too much of at the lower level, but at the top level, players with that really strong tracking, great use of their skills, and that ultimate, going legendary is so powerful for Star-Lord, allowing you to clean up the backline really consistently. So of the divers, I actually think maybe Star-Lord is something that we might see a little bit more of, since he has pretty good frontline DPS. If you just want to shoot tanks, you're still pretty effective at that. But at the same time, especially with that ultimate, you really can clean up a lot of these dangerous backliners, snipers, and you have pretty insane mobility to get there and get on top of that backline as well. So I do think Star-Lord is actually another hero we might see a little bit more of, especially as you mentioned, with that team up. Being able to go in, take a big risk on Star-Lord, maybe get one kill and die for it. Well, if you can res yourself with that team up, I mean, that can can really be a big advantage for your team. So I'm expecting to see a lot of team ups being deployed in the previous War of the Realms tournament. Definitely team ups were a key factor. Like, you pretty much don't see any team comps where these top teams aren't using at least one really solid team up, but sometimes 2 or 3, or just trying to get as many team ups online as possible, since those bonuses really are powerful and they do add up.
Yeah, maybe in the top level of ranked, you won't see that many people abusing the team ups, taking advantage of that. But definitely in a tournament like this, you need to take advantage of that.
All right, we're jumping into our first match here. It is Nightmare versus Euphoria, ban phase online. Team Euphoria bans the Hulk out. Interesting, we didn't talk about Hulk much, but if you're going to be playing these really fast, aggressive dive comps, Hulk is kind of the tank that enables that gets in there, creates a ton of disruption. But the responsive ban on Hela, I think we're going to see a lot of first bans on Hela. And it's the Protect on Adam Warlock, showing that Nightmare really does want to value that character on the strategist role.
And then we're seeing a Protect of Venom out of Euphoria.
That is interesting, actually, to me. Banning Hulk, but protecting Venom. Maybe they just don't want to play Hulk and they feel they're going to be more comfortable on Venom. Coleman actually did play Venom in that previous tournament.
And as we were talking about earlier, you don't want to show your cards right away. As you can see, Euphoria protects Venom, but Nightmare knows, if they have a Venom, we might want to ban Spider-Man because of that team up being strong as well. And Euphoria banned Hulk, which has a strong team up with Iron Man and Doctor Strange too.
That's a great point. Ryan Mazing played a lot of Iron Man in the previous tournament. And even though Iron Man's not banned out, if you take away that Hulk team up, you do mitigate some of his strengths. So Ryan Mazing marking the magic. I do think it's good to note, though, both teams are playing this Adam Warlock, Star-Lord, Mantis team up. That ability to have these individual self-reses, if you do get picked off, you can still get back into the team fight very quickly. So valuable at this level of play because, players' aim is on such a level where there are going to be pickoffs.
I just realized as well, it's about a mirror match, basically. 5 of the same heroes on each side, and then Euphoria deciding to go with the Magneto instead of the Doctor Strange. On a map like this as well, we can see some glitchy stuff with the Doctor Strange portal right away.
Yeah, this is a map where that first point choke can be really hard to break for a lot of these teams, so I'll be super curious to see how the Strange portal gets used, maybe on attack to take a flank. Hog setting up here for a potentially very aggressive dive on this Venom, maybe just scouting things out.
Oh, it looks like Nightmare is trying to use the portal defensively, and it doesn't work out.
Yeah, maybe they try and block the spawn, but they go for a cheeky play. Super Gomez is going to be holding forward here, both teams just poking and prodding. You can see Super Gomez pushing in, looking for something here, but they're not really forcing an engagement. Both Venoms diving in, but Doctor Strange doing a good job protecting. Ryan Mazing trying to get a flank on this Magic, would love to catch the backline. They rotating to the back of point for Team Euphoria. Ryan Mazing could have a big play here. Looks like he's unscouted.
Magic is a very strong dive hero as well. And as I say that, she gets a 3-piece. Make that 4 eliminations onto Nightmare. And Euphoria is holding this down right now.
Yeah, Adios just put up huge numbers. Rez is coming in from the team up, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Euphoria does lose Star-Lord, but Rez is available. Euphoria putting a ton of pressure on this point, starting the cap already. Can't afford to lose players here, though. It could be easy to throw this away. Euphoria playing with a lot of confidence here, pushing into Super Gomez. Pops the Legendary, though, looking to clutch, getting a lot of support from his team. He might be making this happen. The bubble comes in from Magneto as well. Super Gomez is bringing this back from the jaws of defeat. 99% cap, and it's a clutch defense from Nightmare.
That is a huge clutch right there from Super Gomez. And as I was saying, oh my goodness, Karova with the beam onto Star-Lord. And as we were saying earlier, Adam Warlock, a very strong hero at the strategist role, being able to put out extra damage as well.
Gaslam came back out on the Magneto, giving those bubbles to Ryan Mazing on the Magic. Nightmare got caught off guard, but oh, that's a big pick onto Karova. See if the res is online. May not be. This may be a power play here for Euphoria pushing in.
Yeah, there's a lot of ultimates about to come out as well. Super Gomez with the elimination onto Light.
Aramori, though, still holding on to that Mantis ultimate, still potentially able to stabilize the team. Nightmare bending, but not breaking. Another pick, though, coming into Super Gomez. Aramori forced to pop that defensive ult. Adam Warlock getting zoned here. Hogs getting in the backline, denying that support, but the team comes in, protecting Adam Warlock, not before Ryan Mazing is on top of them, though, cutting them to pieces on this Magic. And this attack, it looks so great at the start for Euphoria, but it's falling apart now. Nightmare stabilizing. Beautiful use of the support ultimate from Aramori, holding on to that until very, very deep into the fight. and Euphoria getting cut down. I think a flanker is behind for Team Euphoria. Hogs just holding down the front line. Maybe they're unaware of this player behind.
Yeah, Euphoria as well with 5 ultimates to come. Star-Lord popping his ultimate as well. Can he secure any eliminations, though? It doesn't look... Oh, there goes one. Down goes Rymazing in the Dark Child as well. That's a waste of an ultimate right there. Can Euphoria get this point here?
Rymazing, though, did a good job dying very close to the attacker spawn, so the attackers really have to push up to force this. Dark Child from the offense. Adios coming in. Instant burst kill onto Super Gomez. Magneto ulting, trying to clutch this out, trying to find counter kills. Super Gomez res, Karova as well. So Nightmare still holding on with this res team up, showing the power of it. Rymazing gets one, and that could be a crucial pick in this team fight. Mass res comes out from Zello, see if he can get his teams back into the fight, but they're low HP, and Nightmare keeping the pressure on. Another legendary available for Super Gomez. Looks like he's not able to get too much more out of that, but the attackers are falling apart. Nightmare stabilizing, keeping Euphoria caught in this choke. Now Nightmare pushing forward, swarming in on top of the attackers, not giving them any quarter to regroup. Still, stabilization though from Erderis.
A very back and forth battle right here. Only 30 seconds remaining for Euphoria. They're being pushed back very hard right now. No ultimates as well to fight back. Only 20 seconds left. It's looking like Nightmare can hold this down right now.
Adios does find one on the Magic, but so many players from Euphoria are dropping all around him. Only 10 seconds left on the clock. Players still in spawn for Euphoria. They have to regroup, but that's a critical kill. Rymazing cutting down Light. The desperation touch from Clone Man on this Venom, but he's getting focus fire down. Nightmare holding this point strong. It looked like they were going to get blown out in the first engagement, but off of the back of a massive clutch by Super Gomez, it looks like they will be making the full hold here. Euphoria in shambles, stalling the point, keeping it alive, but one by one they drop, and the attackers fail to cap first point. 99.67%. Unbelievable clutch margin from Nightmare to bring that back. I thought that first point was gone for sure.
Yeah, that first fight was definitely looking like it was going to the hands of Euphoria, but Nightmare showing us why they are your previous champions from the 15K War of the Realms tournament. If you guys did not know, they did go up against Euphoria and win, and Euphoria is looking to make their comeback here and show why they are one of the best as well. But Nightmare has been... Go on.
I was going to say, that's got to be a gut punch for Euphoria, though.
Yeah.
To come out strong in the first fight, you open up with a quad kill from Adios. You think we've got this for sure. But somehow Super Gomez has farmed a legendary before you could even cap. I mean, I don't know how he did that. That's ridiculous performance to have the legendary online. I think Euphoria almost certainly weren't expecting it either. What a massive clutch performance out of the Star-Lord. And honestly, now that I see it, this triple team up with the Mantis, Adam Warlock, and Star-Lord looks dominant. I mean, with how effective it was in this match, I wouldn't be surprised to see some hero bands come out targeting it.
Oh yeah, it is extremely strong as well, and I did see Karova and Zelos both pop Adam Warlock's ultimates to revive everyone at the same time. A lot of players being revived at once, and Star-Lord's ultimate as well, very strong. Not really much to counter it out here. We don't see any Luna Snows to counter that, so if they can farm it very fast again, they could end this game in an instant.
Still winnable for the defense, right? With 99% capture, if they can match the full hold, right? It's not over just yet. We've seen how hard it can be to clean up an attack on this point when facing all the reses. Already, though, the brawl is getting started. Clone Man diving in, but getting focus fired. Nightmare aware of this potential for dive. Super Gomez poking and prodding at the front line, dancing around on this Star-Lord. Light drops very low. Looks like he is going to escape back to the team. Super Gomez starting to put some pressure on this cap. Gonna force the defenders of Euphoria to respond here. See what they can do to get into this engagement. But the dive is beautiful. Super Gomez, very low players all around him. Adios drops. No res available for that magic. And Magneto as well. Those are the two worst deaths to come first. And Nightmare swarming over this. This game could be over before it's even begun.
Yeah, Super Gomez and the rest of Nightmare doing an excellent job putting in that damage. But it looks like... Oh, I was going to say it looks like they res. But no, not in time. They could not touch. And Nightmare is taking the first game right here.
Such a huge strategic difference there that Nightmare exhibited in that match. Is like we saw how powerful those reses were on the defense, right? The team up so effective, but constantly Nightmare were focusing. They focus Magic, they focus Magneto first, the two characters who can't self-res in that team up. So the strategic depth from Nightmare really showing here.
Yeah, definitely a very smart team. A lot of very good gamers here. Let's take a look at the stats real quick. Super Gomez, 21 eliminations, 13 final hits, 11k damage. He was putting in that pain for Team Nightmare in this match.
I mean, that is a enormous gap on the damage from the Star-Lord, Super Gomez. And it all started with his clutch, right? That defense. I mean, the cart should have got rolling there by any stretch of the imagination. You just couldn't see how Nightmare could do that.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how Euphoria responds in the next match going up against Nightmare. Two very, very good teams going up against each other. I'm excited to see if we see a different team comp, maybe different bands, maybe some Star-Lord bands attacking that triple team up of Mantis, Adam Warlock, and Star-Lord. We know how strong that is. Maybe we'll see some Luna Snows instead of that, but I'm not sure. What do you think, Jake?
I mean, after what Super Gomez just did, I just feel, you got to keep it simple and just take the Star-Lord out of the server. That was too dominant from him. And the team up, the usage strategically of that team up, there was a huge gap between these two teams, right? Euphoria is running the same comp. Like, they can leverage it too. But Nightmare, I think, had a much clearer understanding of how to get the most out of it, both when facing down the enemies. I don't think it's a coincidence that their first kills were that Magic, that Magneto, the characters who can't self-res, who can't get back in the team fight. They focus them first. And that strategic awareness, maybe Euphoria can just copy that and try to learn from that. But on an individual level, if I'm Euphoria, I'm banning Star-Lord. You got to put some respect on the name for Super Gomez right now.
Yeah, the easy answer is to just ban Star-Lord, get him out of the way, force out some different compositions. But as you were saying, eliminating their tanks and the Magic first, attacking them instead of that triple team up because they can res each other is a very strategic way of going about things. Very smart players on Team Nightmare, and I'm excited to see how the next match plays out.
Yeah, it's not looking great for Euphoria though, right? Like, that was kind of a beatdown. Unit on this aggression.
And now we are going to be getting into the next match, Jake, if I do say so.
Yeah, we'll see. Give the teams a little bit to get ready, to think about their strategies, but we'll see when we're able to get live on that next match. But man, if I'm Team Euphoria, I'm kind of reeling from that one, right? Like, it felt so good. It felt like we started off so strong. Adios getting the quad kill. You have to imagine in the comms, people are getting hectic. You're like so confident. That was the team that beat you in the grand finals. You're starting it off strong. And then they snatch that defense back from you and just crush you, frankly, from the rest of the match. I mean, after that one good fight for Euphoria, it felt like Nightmare just woke up and just were playing a different game.
Yeah, they came out very strong, and Nightmare was like, no, we cannot tolerate this. They showed why they are not to be messed around with, why they did beat them in that first War of the Realms tournament. I feel like either of these teams could walk away with this one. They're both very strong teams. It could go back and forth. I think we do have to target that Adam Warlock and Mantis as well, though. Not just the Star-Lord. Definitely target that Adam Warlock. Make sure no one can revive each other. I feel like that would be pretty smart as well.
Yeah, I mean, by taking away some of the team ups, it's like a way to almost like proxy ban a certain hero, right? Like, you got to be smart with your bans. You only have 2 of them. So by banning like the source of the team up, you can still play Star-Lord, but he's going to be a lot less effective if he's only got that one life. If he always is risking his life, he goes in, you could punish him, trade him out. And then, without the res, maybe he's not nearly such of a problem. I think like that defense wouldn't have been possible for Nightmare if they didn't have all those reses online. So you're right. There's a few ways to go about this, whether you want to ban the Star-Lord straight up or just respond to the team up and then deal with the Star-Lord elsewhere. But just on an individual level, Super Gomez definitely looks like one of our strongest duelist players right now in the tournament.
He's very strong. That is an insane damage difference we saw. He had 11,000 damage. Everyone else was around 4,000. Just being able to output that much damage onto the other team as well is very useful. And I was going to say as well, I think Euphoria banned Hulk at the beginning of that, correct? Targeting maybe the Iron Man Strange team up. You said Team Nightmare used to run Iron Man as well, right?
Yeah, Amazing, I think, has played a lot of Iron Man, and that's a character I have seen only a very small amount of at the high level. But Amazing in that last tournament was playing Iron Man when almost no one else was, and making it work, making it look good just based on that individual comfort, which I think says a lot about the state of the game right now in Marvel Rivals. Well, there's certain characters that a lot of people look at and say, okay, this is super strong, this is super dominant. These top teams, if they like play the perfect strategy around an unconventional character, it absolutely can work. And I think, even these strategies I see like right here in this first match, so far in ranked games, I haven't really seen people using that team up. I haven't seen that much of it, showing that I think there's still so much to be learned about the game and so much to explore as far as finding ways to play all these different heroes. And you're right. I think that Hulk ban now looks kind of interesting. You wonder, like, is there another even stronger strategy that they've prevented from coming out due to the Hulk ban? But Nightmares, I mean, they know these bans are coming, and it looks like they're a team with the depth to kind of respond. Like, Ryan Mazing didn't touch Iron Man that whole map. He was playing Magic and looking great on it.
Yeah, that Iron Man Strange Hulk team up definitely very strong as well. If they prevented that, who knows? But Iron Man as well, I think he can succeed in the right environment. We saw that Hela was banned as well, so maybe they could have pulled him out. I feel like banning those strong hit scan characters is very good for Iron Man, like Hela, maybe even Punisher, Hawkeye, not being hit scanned, but being able to just one-shot any hero. I feel like if Iron Man is in the right environment, he can succeed very well in Marvel Rivals.
It's a great point about Hawkeye. Like, well, I feel like Hawkeye has been maybe one of the most targeted heroes for bans and high-level ranked. Like, almost everyone is banning him first. I think the problem for Hawkeye as a character is he is vulnerable to just getting swarmed by a really strong, coordinated team that just focuses him on first. He really doesn't have the most by way of survivability when you're on top of him. Compared to someone like Hela, who I think has that stun, has that escape ability from the Crow, and, you know, is really effective with that hit scan at hitting high mobility targets. For me, I think that Hela looks like a stronger all-around character, even though maybe Hawkeye has like more potential of maximum DPS. At this level of play, you know, the survivability, I think, is just as crucial for these backline heroes. And despite being unbanned, we didn't see any Hawkeye. Like, in my ranked games, if Hawkeye's not banned, both teams have a Hawkeye, like, always, for sure, in GM ranked right now. But I think these top teams are showing, hey, like, you don't have to do that. There's vulnerabilities to some of these characters that people might look at on the surface and say, oh, this is OP, this is too strong. Well, if you play right, maybe you can respond in kind and just have a strategy that defeats it.
It's a very good point, Jake. I feel like in ranked, it might be a little bit easier to pull off the Hawkeye gameplay as well, because the opposing team won't be able to coordinatedly as dive you compared to going up against a full 6-man team that's been playing together for a very long time, know how to dive you together, get in, get out, and work as a team. Hawkeye wouldn't really be able to avoid that. So regardless of him not being banned here, that is probably why we didn't see Hawkeye today.
Yeah, I will say in the last tournament in the War of the Realms, I believe Nightmare banned Hela first in like every single game. They just don't want Hela on the server, which I think makes a lot of sense for this team, that showing their strategic strength, their understanding of the game. Hela is this character who it's like, yeah, you know, congrats on your nice strategy. I'm just going to start popping heads and, you know, good luck with that. Good luck with your well-executed team play. I'll be just solo killing the whole lobby by myself. And, you know, for me, that is like a bigger threat to a team like Nightmare, whose advantage is beyond an individual who is popping off and carrying the team. It's their team play, it's their execution. And so by taking Hela out of the server, I think that's a very consistent opening ban for them. At least it was in the last tournament. And honestly, a lot of players play a ton of Hela. It's so strong right now. A lot of teams are probably way more reliant on that than Nightmare is. So I think the ban makes a ton of sense for them. It's a character they don't necessarily want to play, but they absolutely do not want to play against.
Yeah, Hela is definitely a character that can make or break your team. They can change the whole tide of every single fight. They can even carry you from bronze to grandmaster in rank just by clicking a bunch of heads. Hela is a very strong hero, and I'm curious if we might not see more Hela bans here, more Star-Lord and Mantis, Warlock, all of those bans. But another hero we haven't talked much about is Psylocke. I think we saw Psylocke get banned as well during that match. I forget from which team. I think maybe Team Euphoria, or I think Nightmare banned Psylocke actually. But she is a very strong hero with the ability to get in, get out, 2 dashes, being able to go invisible as well. And by doing damage, she reduces the cooldown on her shift, her dashes too. She is a very strong hero as well.
Yeah, like very advanced in the sense that, you know, you got a lot of skills, you got this short duration invisibility, but, you know, invisibility with a competitive team, you know, you get the ability to get in there, scout your dive target out, and the enemy, you know, doesn't know you're coming, and then everyone comes in, follows up on that instant burst from the dashes and from her primary and secondary fire. So Psylocke, I agree, is definitely a character that is going to be strong at the highest level, especially for these teams who want to play super aggressive. We could see it as maybe a replacement in that team comp we just saw, maybe a replacement for Magic, you know, maybe teams having different ideas about how to approach it.
And Magic is also a very strong hero too. The 4-piece right away from Euphoria, she has the ability to just get a team wipe in an instant like that as well. Get in, get out. She has invulnerability when she goes through her rings as well. Star-Lord as well. I haven't talked about this. When he does his flip, his right click ability, he has a few frames of invulnerability too, which he could use to counter strong ultimates. And he has a lot of movement abilities as well, which is very useful for him to being able to get in, get out. Same with Psylocke as well. I'm curious how the bans will look in the upcoming match.
Yeah, and I think another aspect you see at this top level play in hero shooters, you know, in ranked, even in high level rank, there's a lot of like front to back, you know, pressuring the tanks, just fighting each other and like kind of damage trading who has better aim, you know, probably is going to come out on top. But at this level of play, I think the aggression is just so much higher. You know, when teams get an advantage, they get 1 or 2 kills. They're not scared to go all the way to the other team's spawn and just like keep hunting for more kills, trusting that their strength as a unit, that their team play is going to be just overwhelming once they have that 1 to 2 player hero advantage. We saw like Rymazing diving all the way to the spawn, right? He did get picked off for that, but because they were so aggressive, so deep on the enemy team, the rest of the team was able to escape, and he was able to get back to the fight on Magic really before the engagement had broken out or anything critical had already happened. So they were able to hold on to that defense. I think that's going to be an attribute for these strongest teams, that when they get an advantage, they keep pushing it, they keep pressuring it.
And we will be getting into the next match. Team Nightmare with Jeff all across the screen. Gotta love Jeff. Definitely check out that new Jeff game mode and that new skin. And to kick it off, Euphoria is banning Psylocke. Once again, we will not be seeing any of her. I'm curious to see if Hela gets banned, and she does, as usual.
Last tournament, I think Nightmare banned Hela maybe every single game. There might have been an exception to that, but I believe every single map, every game, they just don't want Hela on the server. It's not the hero they like, and it's something that, I mean, if you don't ban it, you better believe the other team's going to play it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if there is a Star-Lord Protect for Nightmare, and okay, it looks like I'm predicting the future right now.
Well done.
Star-Lord, very useful for Super Gomez in the last match, and now Euphoria will be protecting Hulk, not being able to play him in the last match.
They banned him last time, and now they protect him. Very interesting.
That's an interesting character as well, to ban and then protect. I'm wondering if they will maybe whip out a Iron Man and Strange comp, abuse that team up here.
Yeah, I mean, Gaskin has had a great Strange before as well, though, so I can't imagine that Nightmare is too worried about this. I think they're just pretty happy to have this Star-Lord team up come back through one more time. They're going to ban Rocket Raccoon. This is Shin Shibuya Convergence, so, you know, being able to, you know, get that res off with Rocket Raccoon could be extra valuable for defenders. Amazing though, Iron Man Hulk. I mean, this is what we talked about, right? Strange Iron Man Hulk. This is a comp that Nightmare cut their teeth on. Euphoria looks like they're going to mirror match here.
Yeah, same exact comp on both teams. A triple team up on both ends. Star-Lord, Mantis, Warlock, all of them being able to revive each other. And then the Gamma trio of Doctor Strange, Hulk, and Iron Man. It's just all about who can do it better here.
This is going to be an explosive team comp, right? Like both teams with so much damage potential, so much mobility. This is going to get wild. And I think, honestly, this is something that Nightmare should be really happy, really confident in. Euphoria, though, showing a lot of poise and confidence to not be banning Star-Lord, right? Like to say, okay, maybe that last game was an aberration. Maybe we didn't play our best. But they still believe that they can take the duel on this Star-Lord. It is a very strong character, but they're, you know, Light is just willing to take that matchup one more time. So they still have confidence in themselves and their strategy.
Yeah, I feel like, would you say this is a pretty good Iron Man map as well? A lot of high ground you can hide behind. I would say this is honestly my favorite map as well. I'm excited to see how this match plays out. Super Gomez is playing very aggressive right away, looking to get very good poke damage or even secure an Elim right away. Just
getting a little extra pressure, right? Farming up a little bit of ultimate. Sometimes that can make the difference, these little efficiency differences. And Rymazing on his signature Iron Man. He's really been one of the top Iron Man players so far in the game. Super excited to see what he brings out on this character that we don't see so often at the high level of rank.
Iron Man just getting a lot of damage in right now, farming that ultimate very fast, as we saw in that last match. Oh, Super Gomez getting absolutely jumped right now, being able to get out and secure an elimination onto Zelos. That is what you want to see right away.
Great team play from Nightmare. Multiple players dropping low, but everyone keeping each other alive. Super Gomez trying to target down this backline. Res has been used on the Adam Warlock for the attackers. It looks like Euphoria going to take the reset with Adios falling. They don't want to get stuck into this fight. Clone Man trying to hold space on the flank. Looks like he'll be successful with that for now.
You definitely don't want to be caught staggering. That is a big waste of time. Doctor Strange getting jumped as well. He's able to get out. Very good for him. just a very back and forth battle right now.
Yeah, it's Super Gomez and Light dueling on the front line. Super Gomez with a pretty significant lead on this ult charge. If he stays alive, he will have the first legendary. And Rymazing already with the ultimate. Big pickup to start it on Light. This fight has already gone wrong for Euphoria. Nightmare looking for the cleanup. Super Gomez falls, but he does have that res available.
That res is very strong, and then Adios with 2 eliminations, but it looks like Nightmare will be coming out on top in this fight potentially. It's still going back and forth. Super Gomez looking to get an Elim onto Mantis. Down she goes, and it looks like Nightmare is continuing to hold it down.
They crushed that team fight, and they hold on to all their ultimates critically. Didn't expect anything to win that with only 2 minutes left on the clock. Euphoria have absolutely nothing to show for their attack so far. This is a brutal defense from Nightmare. Super Gomez with this roof drop down has a great head peek, scouting the opponent coming. And I mean, Rymazing has just been pouring on the pressure from this high ground, really putting on a masterclass to Iron Man.
Yeah, like we were saying before the match as well, Iron Man can definitely turn the tide of the match, especially with this triple team up. Rymazing and Super Gomez doing an amazing job securing these eliminations, getting in that damage, and it appears everyone in the lobby has their ultimate right now. It's all about who can press Q better right now.
Massive burst from Rymazing onto Araris. See if they can restore back into the fight. Armory, though, forced to ult defensively, keeping everybody alive through this pressure. Light and Clone Man weren't able to connect with their ultimates, weren't able to secure eliminations. Hogs into the backline as well with the Super Hulk diving in. The mass res, though, coming down from Zelos, wants to get his team back into this team fight, and this could be turning against the defenders. Euphoria resurgent with Zelos ultimate coming back in, sensing blood in the water, diving for kills, but it's a massive stun out of Gaskin, and that hits the whole entire team. The mass res from Kurova as well, getting Nightmare right back into the defense, stabilizing them completely. That looks so good for Euphoria, but Nightmare were ready.
Yeah, that is a huge res right there as well for Kurova. Down goes Spark Chief, and Euphoria, they only have 50 seconds remaining, losing the last match as well. This has got to be a big vibe kill right now.
Yeah, this is really getting out of control. Nightmare building ahead of steam. It's Adios with the only ultimate in the lobby. Maybe this attacking Iron Man can find something, but can be hard sometimes to deploy that ultimate without dying. Here he goes. Does catch Armori. See if she has the res online. Kurova as well, low and stunned. This could be the breakthrough that the attackers are looking for. Armori back to the fight, but maybe the damage has already been done. Euphoria charging forward, snowballing these kills. Super Gomez does strike back onto Adios. Kurova reses. Hold on, I've seen this before. Hey, Nightmare, are they starting to come back?
It might be coming back right now. Adam Warlock Zelo securing the Elim onto Hogs. Can they secure this though? It looks like they will.
Maybe they will in overtime, starting to cap. Super Gomez has found a few kills into this, but the numbers are really starting to go against them. Rymazing trying desperately to get a kill, but hold on. Gaskin Adios still finding something. Super Gomez res back into the fight. A legendary. I've been here before, Hank. Ultimate, though, coming in for the attackers, but a massive blast of Rymazing cuts down everyone on the offense. Absolutely carving through that Mantis ultimate. And that looks so possible for Euphoria, but once again, Nightmare snatch victory, playing with such incredible poise in overtime. The clock against them, and they are still finding such beautiful executions in these team fights.
That is legit flashbacks from the exact previous round. The same thing going down. Nightmare with the shot clock cheese. Euphoria, that has got to be draining. Getting that close twice to securing the capture of that point and just not being able to pull it out at the very end. That has got to hurt.
I feel Nightmare are just playing on another level right now. I think they're really getting more value out of the reses in specific, right? Like the players who have res online are really pushing the limits. We see Super Gomez diving in super aggressively. Kurova and Aramori at times also being willing to put their lives on the line, to take risks, to take gambles. And well, they still come back into the team fight with these beautiful reses. And I think that ability to push the limits and just get a little bit more out of your life, willing to be aggressive on that first res cycle, is paying dividends for Nightmare. And honestly, their clutch potential looks really high right now, where Euphoria gets that advantage. They're desperate. They're charging forward. It looks so good for them. Nightmare, I think they're just staying confident in the situation, staying poised, which is so hard to do sometimes in these wild team fights in Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, Nightmare is definitely pulling off the team comp better with the reses. I did see as well during that last team fight, the Doctor Strange portaled and they popped the Iron Man all through that. So we can maybe see some creative plays in this round right here. I'm excited to see how that plays out. Yeah,
see how Nightmare approached the offense here. We've seen a lot of teams be held at this choke point. Euphoria setting up on the high ground, not wanting to let the attackers in at all. Starting to work their way through our Super Gomez and Amazing, but Super Gomez instantly cut down. The focus fire very aware. Euphoria saw that coming and completely punish it. Hogs barely escapes with his life, but hold on. Nightmare have taken the high ground. They flip control of this situation. They've assumed the defender position. Super Gomez reses himself, and he's right back into the engagement. Looks like that first death was just a feint, and now he's chasing down more kills. Adios on the Iron Man has to run away. Euphoria, though, with a few reses of their own, maybe enough to stabilize. Nightmare, though, still making this one interesting. Still brawling in the backline, looking to find a few crucial pickoffs. Armory stabilizing as well.
Euphoria being able to get themselves back into the fight with the reses is absolutely huge. And as I say that, Kurova gets taken out. He could revive himself as well. Maybe just hold on to that one here. But Euphoria is turning it around right now. Super Gomez goes down to Adios.
Yeah, and Euphoria are navigating this crazy scenario well. Nightmare, though, in the brawl, they're so good in these moments with the mass reses come off, still clutching. That's a huge pick from Areris on the Mantis, clutching in the gap, wins that 1v1. Armory, though, does have the res, is back in, and Kurova, once again, has been the hero in these desperate scenarios, finding picks on this Adam Warlock. Maybe a strategist, but he's feeling like a duelist right now, and Amazing hanging overhead like the Sword of Damocles. Maximum pulse. Anyone who comes and touches it is going to get a face full of Iron Man. Hulk goes in, dies. The blast looks like it went wide, trying to punish the Strange Portal, but still, Nightmare are so ready for these attackers coming in. Kurova with the mass res, still ultimates available for Aramori, and it finally gets popped at the perfect moment with so many players low. Adios. Maximum pulse is perfect. Hits absolutely everybody. And this is Nightmare maybe falling apart in this crucial moment. Only 2 minutes left on the clock. It's a beautiful combo. The Eye of Agamotto from Clone Man setting up beautifully. Super Gomez just doing whatever he can, trying to make some trades, but surely that maximum pulse from Adios is just too much. Nightmare getting 2 ticks of capture progress. Something to work with for that next team fight. 140 on the clock, but Euphoria are really showing that they're still in this to win it. Still potentially looking to make the full hold happen.
Yeah, that's a big stagger as well there from the Hulk. But as you were saying, the Iron Man being able to get the 3-piece with the ultimate right there, very huge. And Adam Warlock and Mantis being able to output so much damage as well from the strategist role can really change the tide of the fight as well.
Great combo from the Strange and the Iron Man. Looks like Light, though, going legendary, diving over the top of the backline, getting a huge cleanup here. Even punishes Super Gomez, denying his legendary. Super Gomez is rezzing, wants to trade back in, and does find the kill. Super Gomez very low HP, needs to get healed up by the team. Gaston, knowing that the player advantage potentially going to be online here, pushing forward. Doctor Strange with that Eye of Agamotto. He's been huge with it previously. Light wants to preempt that, though, getting in already, and Gaston doesn't get the opportunity to get his ult off. Euphoria, it's a beautiful burst on the attackers. Going to be resetting Nightmare here as they look to clean up Hogs, last alive. Use that Hulk ultimate, but with the focus fire, Euphoria can absolutely deal with it. And they're even going to be staggering Hogs a little bit longer, delaying this kill on the Hulk. And that's going to be really taking away some of these crucial few seconds that the attackers have to work with here. Last chance for Nightmare as Euphoria look to equalize.
Yeah, you do not want these staggers right now with only 30 seconds remaining, just removing so much more time. They only have enough for one more touch, only one fight. They do have Iron Man's ultimate to Doctor Strange. Could they maybe get a teleport to point? I don't think they have portal, did they not?
And we'll have to see how they look to approach this. Gaston, the Eye of Agamotto has to be huge. They've got that combo with Iron Man, and it looks like they are going to be portaling in. Flank coming in as well. Amazing's looking to set up. It's a massive Eye of Agamotto. Maximum pulse. Gets both supports. Critical kills here. Kurova as well, keeping everybody res and alive. And Aramori, the support ultimate. It is overtime, but Nightmare may have finally done it here. Res is still coming in for the defenders. They're trying to clutch. Sparktree holding on desperately with the Hulk, but Hogs is in the backline, cleaving them apart. Focus fire comes into Hulk, and it looks so possible for Euphoria, but it is Nightmare taking map 2, coming up to a clean lead in the series, putting themselves on match point.
Definitely a very back and forth battle right there. Nightmare going up 2-0. All they have to do is win one more match, and they will be in the winners finals and secure walking out of this tournament with some dollary dues.
This is a big win, as you said, right? Winning here gets you in the money, and that has to be a load off of your shoulders. Euphoria gaining steam here, making that map so much more competitive, but it all feels for nothing now. You're still down 0-2 in the series. You face such a mountain to climb here trying to make the comeback. And stats-wise, I mean, look at Rising this time. Huge performance on this Iron Man. That's a disgusting amount of damage to be putting out. Adios looked good as well, found some big ultimate combos, but Rising looked really dominant on the Iron Man. I love some of those moves Nightmare's making where Strange and Iron Man move in together, using that shield to get Iron Man into the flank, into a strong position. Really well played by Nightmare, able to clutch it out in the final moments here on Shinshibuya Convergence.
Very good teamwork out of Nightmare in that match. And I would say maybe for Team Euphoria, they should try to target that either of those team ups potentially here. It was a very back and forth match. They can definitely pull it off with the mirror match once again, but I feel like we have to switch it up at some point here, and being down 2-0, I feel like now is the time to do so.
Yeah, you know, I think you've got to, but it looks scary now, right? Because, you know, which one are you going to ban? Would you rather take out the multi-res team up? I think for me, I like that look for Euphoria to take out the multi-res team up with Adam Warlock, Mantis, and Star-Lord. Just ban one of those characters because Nightmare has executed so well in these long, chaotic fights with the mass res. They are really getting the most out of these. Sometimes even sending Super Gomez in just to die, just to create a distraction, knowing that he's going to res himself and you know, they're going to fight elsewhere. Some of those strategic moves look really good for Nightmare, and I would like to see Euphoria maybe take that off the table. But then you're looking at, you know, the Iron Man Hulk team up where Rising put on a massive performance here on Shinshibuya Convergence. That Iron Man is certainly a comfort specialist pick for Rising that not so many of the DPS players are really comfortable on. So it's a tough call now. Like, which one do you prioritize more for Euphoria?
Yeah.
I've ever seen in the game.
Have you played any Iron Man so far in the Marvel Rivals, Jake?
I played like a couple matches of him, but for the most part, I was playing, you know, the snipers, playing a little, you know, Namor and feeling pretty good on that. But honestly, watching Rising and Super Gomez, it makes me want to try out Star-Lord and Iron Man. I mean, the mobility that these characters bring with these players, the damage still looks really impressive. They don't necessarily need the hit scan tools, the snipers, to do that kind of damage, but they have the mobility to get in and get out and to like distract the enemy team. And, you know, in this coordinated environment, playing for more than just damage looks really strong, right? Like having that trust in your teammates that, you know, okay, maybe I'll go make space and flank and maybe I'll die for that, but our team's going to accomplish something that's worthwhile in exchange for my death. So in this coordinated environment, the high mobility DPS look a lot better than I've seen them so far. And that's kind of making me interested to hop on the game and just try out some more of those high mobility heroes. Even the Magic on that first map, that was wild. The massive team fights, the huge coordinated dives with Magic looked really oppressive and scary to play against. So next time I see Hawkeye in the server, maybe instead of mirror matching, I'm gonna be trying to get in there and dive on top of the Hawkeye. You know, I mean, maybe high-ranked players can learn a lot from these matches and think about, you know, different ways to approach the game strategically.
Oh, they definitely can. There's a lot of insane strategies you can whip out in Marvel Rivals. So many heroes, so many team comps, team ups, all of that good stuff. But as you mentioned, Star-Lord, Super Gomez just throwing himself in there so that his team is able to get a revive when they're down in the fight. There's a lot of good strategy I'm seeing out of Team Nightmare right now, and they are just pulling it off better instead of Team Euphoria.
Yeah, I mean, right now I've got to be thinking about Crimzo, you know, an experienced professional hero shooter player, you know, coming in to coach Team Nightmare. I really feel a lot of his influence here in the match where Nightmare, you know, when it comes to like an individual DPS level and their individual, you know, aim and dueling capabilities, both teams have really strong players. Like both teams are finding those crucial plays, but Nightmare is clutching so many of these team fights because they just have a deeper read of the strategy, right? Like they know, okay, maybe the first part of the fight goes against us, but we actually will make the comeback. We have the poise. Who's gonna, you know, someone comes into stall points, somebody else is looking for the clutch kills to actually turn the team fight. This for me is like representative of top gameplay in the hero shooter genre, where you need to be beyond beyond just the raw FPS potential of your character, and you really need to see the game for all that it can be and all the possibilities that your team comp can bring. And I mean, right now, Nightmare up 2-0 in the series, and it's well deserved, right? Like, not just up 2-0, but statistically, when we look at that scoreboard at the end of the match, that does not feel good. You know, the Euphoria players are going to see that too, and that's got to start to hurt when the stats are so strongly against you.
Yeah, just being able to put up like 16,000 damage with Iron Man, the opposing team coming nowhere close to that, and so close to capturing the point, not only in the first match, but the second match as well. They have got to be hurting a little bit from that. And like you said, looking at the stat sheet after the match, it cannot feel good. I feel like we have to switch something up and just overall just play a little better, of course, but it's a very back and forth match. Like, either team can walk away with this one. They're not out of it. Euphoria could still come out on top. It could be possible they could make a 3-0 comeback right here.
That's true, you know, maybe with the right strategic adjustments, but Nightmare still has, I think, more tools in the toolkit, right? We saw it from them in previous tournaments. We saw, you know, some 3-3 comps, some comps, you know, using Storm, which we really have not seen much of at the high level ranked. You know, in the last tournament, this Storm comp with Thor and Storm, you know, diving in, using that damage aura that Storm provides, actually looked insane. And Nightmare was the team to bring that out and innovate that when no one else was really playing it. So I think Euphoria, it needs to be not only a strategic adjustment, but they also need to, you know, find some of these stronger wins in just the duels, like coming up a little bit more when it comes to these trade fights and, you know, finding those crucial kills rather in the team fights. Right now, I mean, I see like it's a lot of Korova finding those huge picks on the Adam Warlock, like, you know, DPSing with the best of them on that strategist role. And at the same time, Rymazing and Super Gomez, both really consistent performers in the clutch, doing what they need to do. And we know Adios and Light are strong FPS players that they can compete, but so far, you know, the team enabling from Nightmare has really put them over the top in the series.
It's a very fun series to watch, Jake, and as well, we have Luminosity going up against NRG later as well. A lot of great games for you guys to watch. I can't wait to see that go down as well. This is the top of the top Marvel Rivals gameplay right here. It does not get better than this. These are the two best teams, both getting first and second in the last tournament. This is the top level of Marvel Rivals gameplay that you guys will witness.
Yeah, and you know, if you're liking this gameplay, make sure to mark your calendars, because over the next 2 weekends, we're having another Marvel Rivals tournament, the Marvel Rivals Championship. And while this tournament is the Invitational, we invited some of the top teams to come play and play these matches for our entertainment, get to see some of the top players. The Marvel Rivals Championship is open to anybody. You qualify through the game client just by playing matches. You can, you know, anybody can sign up, can make a team and play in the qualifiers. So that, I think, is going to be really exciting. You know, are these invitational teams the best, or are there going to be other like dark horse teams that come out of the woodwork and give them a run for their money? I mean, for what I'm seeing from Nightmare is really impressing me. Like, to be honest, like, this looks like a really scary team to go up against. They did win our last tournament. They've got to be considered the favorites, so it shouldn't be a surprise that they're coming out strong. Still, though, I didn't think it would be this dominant. I think, as I recall, the grand finals was a little bit closer than this. In the end, despite some team fights, you know, really being down to the wire, this is Nightmare making 2 full holds back to back, right? We haven't even seen anything past the first point. Nightmare's been starting on defense. They've been crushing. And, you know, Euphoria, while they made it pretty close on Shinshibuya, this can't feel good, right? It can't feel good to have your back against the wall like this in the series, to be dropping down to that lower bracket. But as you said, I'm really excited to see, will NRG and LG have the same take on the meta? Like, so far, Euphoria and Nightmare playing a lot of mirror matches, you know, after the bans come through. We're still seeing, for the most part, similar compositions being run into each other. I'm curious to see, you know, if Nightmare and LG have different perspectives on the meta, or they want to go a different direction.
Yeah, 2 full holds is absolutely insane. That's a whole like 4 minutes, right? And just not allowing them to play the game past that point, it has got to hurt. Like we've been saying, we got to switch something up, just adapt. I'm curious how they will play in the next match. This is make or break right here. If they lose, they're going down to the losers bracket. Then they are fighting for their lives down there. And as I'm saying that, we're getting into the 3rd match right here. If Nightmare wins this, they secure themselves in the winners finals, and Euphoria would be going down to the losers finals. But let's see how this match plays out. Euphoria banning Psylocke, and then Nightmare banning Hela. Nothing different here. Nightmare not needing to switch it up. Let's
Yeah,
see.
I mean, why change anything? I think Hela is that type of character who, can really throw a monkey wrench into your plans. I'm pretty sure Nightmare is just going to be ripping this Hela ban all tournament long. And I mean, once again, nothing has changed. I will say for Euphoria, right? That last map was a lot closer. It was down to a final overtime fight. Nightmare barely clutches it out. So Euphoria, I think it is not crazy for them to think we can do this, we can win it. But looks like exactly the same bans so far that we saw in the last match. See if Nightmare also bans Rocket Raccoon. I'm not even sure this ban matters all that much. They're going to ban the Iron Man. That is so interesting.
Yeah, that's smart. I feel like Nightmare may be thinking, oh, we don't need the Iron Man. We see that you guys want to protect that Hulk. You guys want that team up. I feel like Nightmare is more comfortable with simply relying on the Star-Lord Mantis Warlock, but it looks like they're not using Warlock this match. It'll be Luna Snow, actually.
We'll see what they end up coming out on, but Rhymazing is marking the Moon Knight here, and Moon Knight has actually, for me, looked pretty strong in ranked at times. That ultimate can be pretty impressive at like carving through these heavy tanks, but also Hogs marking a Garroot here. So instead of playing the dive tank, they want to slow the game down a little bit, focus a little bit more on these frontline trades. With the double defensive support ultimate that Luna Snow and Mantis offer, you can really stabilize through a lot of these ultimates. However, I think Euphoria is going to have the opportunity to get super aggressive here, right? They're marking Spider-Man as well as Star-Lord, Hulk, going to be able to dive in. They're going to have the reses coming out from Adam Warlock. So Nightmare dropping this res team up, not valuing it here on Yggdrasil Path Convoy. Going to be curious to see how this has worked out. I mean, that has been a really dominant strategy all the way to this point in the series. Is this a mistake for Nightmare, or do they know something we don't?
3, 2, 1.
They may know something we don't. Moon Knight on both teams here. Moon Knight, a very strong character. You got to make sure you destroy those unks right away. You can get a lot of burst damage in there. Nightmare holding the high ground right here.
Super Gomez, though, overextended, caught as well, could not escape from that fight, and with no res, he's going to be out of the team fight. Already a player advantage for Euphoria on the offense. They've got to be feeling good about that. Attackers continuing to push forward. The front line looking strong, but this is where Groot can really shine, holding down that front line, needing a lot of heals, though, taking a lot of pressure from the attackers. Kurova as well drops low on the Luna Snow. Everyone from Nightmare taking a lot of heat. The attackers are pouring on the pressure. Supports for Nightmare struggling to keep up with the heals, but so far it's just barely enough. A beautiful hold of the pressure so far, but tanks still low, need to get rehealed. Kurova, though, does have ultimate online already on Luna Snow. This is massive heals coming out from the Luna Snow. The Groot and the Strange have traded pressure incredibly well. Kurova still holding on to the ultimate that has it online. Moon Knight pops up, but Kurova as well responds. And with the push forward, Luna Snow charging forward. Everyone with so much confidence here in the heals from the Luna Snow ultimate. Euphoria strikes back with their own Luna Snow. Rhymazing, though, looking to counter with this Moon Knight ultimate. Eye of Agamotto comes down, finds a couple, but might just be enough here. Getting one kill, not quite enough to clear out Nightmare, but now few more kills coming for the attackers. Still, ultimates being held for Euphoria. Looks like they are going to be able to secure this offensive push. And Nightmare just a little bit too late. Armory, though, is going to pop this Mantis ult. Solo holding the card, just stalling the game out. Trying to maybe clutch. I mean, pretty hard to kill her, but she's all alone. Can't imagine she's going to be able to clutch. I mean, does get one kill in the team fight. And the Strange portal comes in. Legendary from Light, though. Perfectly timed for this moment. Had it saved up for the clutch contest. Charging forward, Euphoria looking good to potentially finish this cap. But Nightmare, once again, I mean, they're fantastic in these low number scenarios, stalling the cart when it looks impossible against them. But Hulk on top of the back line, doing exactly what he needs to do, shutting down those healers. It's a beautiful play from Sparky.
At first, I was gonna say I don't think that Mantis ultimate to stall the cart was worth it, but it looks like Nightmare is doing an amazing job holding this down right now. The Strange portal to get back as well, and they managed to make it work. And this is a big ridiculous stagger out of Spark Chief for Euphoria as well.
I thought there was absolutely no way the defenders would clutch, and they even have this Hulk gonna die super late into the team fight. That is insane from Nightmare that they're able to clutch. The Strange portal was massive, and I totally agree. I would have criticized Aramori for that. I thought, no way you can clutch with the solo Mantis ult, but she did find a kill, remember, at the end of that Mantis ult, and I think that might have made all the difference. That one crucial pick from the strategist really did tip the balance for the defenders, able to get back fast, and now it's Nightmare with a big bank of ultimates, and I'm having deja vu. This could be another full hold for Nightmare. Big stun from Gasland, gets both backliners with the Eye of Agamotto. Luna Snow ultimate as well being poured on from Nightmare as they charge forward, clean up every single attacker. Spark Chief does find a trade onto Super Gomez, but It looks so difficult for the attackers now. Very low on ultimates. They are coming up on these support ultimates. Adios is going to swap to the Magic, maybe looking to dive in with the help of some support ultimates. But Nightmare, Rymazing and Hogs, they have a potentially devastating ult combo. If you get caught in this Groot ult, you are going to get absolutely smoked by the Moon Knight. So something you've got to be very careful for on the attackers right here. Not getting caught by Groot, but a beautiful flank coming out from Hogs. Catches everyone, and the follow-up is perfect from Rymazing. No one expects the Groot flank coming in from behind. Clone Man cut down as well, and Euphoria, 20 seconds on the clock. They have to make a last-minute regroup.
Yeah, as you were saying, that Moon Knight Groot combo just absolutely sick. There is no way to avoid that. 10 seconds left. Euphoria has to figure out a way to touch here.
Yeah, they have fast-moving characters. They have a few ultimates. Maybe it could be possible here. 3 seconds left on the clock. Attackers got to make the touch. Adios does get it done. And Areris as well with the Mantis ult, keeping everybody alive. Armory responds in kind. Hogs getting bursted down through the support ultimate. Maybe a miscommunication from Nightmare. They lose a player. Super Gomez with the Legendary trying to clutch, but Euphoria holding on. Zealous with the Luna Snow, keeping everybody up. And Spark Chief getting on top, trying desperately to finish off Super Gomez, but he does stay alive for the moment. Euphoria, though, Adios making a big difference here, carving up the backline on this Magic, and maybe, finally, Euphoria might be capping their first point in this series, Hank.
Euphoria finally being allowed to continue playing the game. Adios is okay. They have secured the point. Super Gomez, a big stall right here. It looks like he's getting staggered, actually. He's just getting absolutely hawked down by everyone. Pinched, and down he goes.
All right, Euphoria. Card is rolling. The first time in this series you've capped the point. They've got to, I mean, is this the start of something? They have a long way to go. Oh, Areris gets absolutely smoked by the arm from Moon Knight. Rymazing once again with the ultimate. We saw what he's able to do last time. Spark Chief getting in on the backline, does have the Super Hulk here, charging in, taking a ton of pressure off his team, and Card is rolling this whole time. Nightmare do get to sleep on him. Super Gomez tries as well to punish, does find Light, and Spark Chief, the sleep on the ultimate was massive. He really wasn't able to get much done with that ultimate Hulk. Gets cleaned up now, back into the Baby Hulk form, and Kurova's just gonna rip the Luna Snow ultimate, using that damage boost. They're charging forward, they're cleaning up every single one of these attackers. Nightmare looking to potentially take this all the way to the spawn. They do think better of it though. They're gonna hold the line at this archway, and we've seen this combo before. Hogs, he's on the flank. Rymazing does have ultimate online. This is looking really scary for Euphoria. How do you walk up in this situation?
Looking very scary for Euphoria right here. Groot as well, being a tank that allows you to take a lot of space here, wall off the enemy team, separate them, and it looks like Magic is just trying to get in, get out. Adios. And the Groot ultimate comes out once again. The combo Groot with Rymazing on the Moon Knight, securing 2 eliminations on both strategist heroes, but they're able to revive themselves because of that overpowered team up.
Could be enough. Pushing forward with the Mantis ultimate. The attackers trying to get something out of this. Super Gomez pops Legendary, but can't find targets out of this Mantis ultimate. Can't find anything to clean up. Great support from Euphoria attackers, keeping each other alive. Nightmare, though, still brawling this out. And the flank comes in from Light. See if he can get something done with his own Legendary from behind. No, he gets traded. It's Hogs. Super Gomez cleaning up that backline flanker. Euphoria thought that was their moment. Light, though, does rise back into the fight. And now Magic with the Dark Child is absolutely cleaving apart the defenders. Surely even Nightmare could not clutch this team fight. Magic does not want to let anyone escape. Is going to clean up Super Gomez as well. And finally, Euphoria able to roll the cart. Well done by Aramori, though, dying last on the payload. That's going to mean the cart wasn't able to roll for the last moments of that team fight. Nightmare have one more chance to hit this recontest, and they have kind of the dream ultimate for it, right? That Luna Snow ultimate, going to be able to get you out through the choke point, allow you to get this team fight going. Clone Man wants to fight a massive Eye of Agamotto. Coming in from the flank is Nightmare. They're going to dodge the choke completely. Super aggressive with this Luna Snow ultimate.
Eye of Agamotto coming out for Euphoria, and it looks like it does not convert. Down goes Clone Man right away. The Luna Snow ultimate, as you said as well, for Nightmare could be huge right here.
Massive Magic on the backline, though. She needs to win these duels, and she's so far doing it. Cart is rolling, and they are going to cap this second checkpoint. So Euphoria, despite not being able to convert from the Eye of Agamotto, the Luna Snow ultimate was a little bit too much, but they were able to win the long fight off of the position gained in that moment. And Euphoria now another checkpoint cap. This has been a very, very close map. Multiple times it's looked like Nightmare were going to potentially close it out, but each time Euphoria has snatched the game back, kept themselves alive here in the upper bracket. Nightmare, though, with a big value bank of ultimates here. A lot of tools to work with as they push forward to the objective.
Yeah, once again, Nightmare, they do have that Groot and Moon Knight combo in the bank right now. Will they pull it out potentially right here?
Light getting caught as well. Super Gomez aggressively on the flank. Maybe DC'd from Light there. He's caught in the corner. Groot ultimate comes in. Beautiful follow-up. And the support ultimate from Herreras is just not enough. He gets cut down. Magic as well, cleaned up. And Euphoria, 30 seconds left. Nightmare winning with just 2 ultimates. Great discipline from them. Holding on to 3 ultimates, using only their Moon Knight and Groot combo that has just been so devastating all map long. Euphoria, this is their last chance to make a push in. They do have a few strong ultimates. Duelist ultimates online, but Nightmare playing aggressive on the defense, punishing these attackers as they walk in. Darkchild into the backline, but it's Nightmare who's absolutely cleaning house right now. Kurova is just dueling the Darkchild absolutely fearlessly. And unfortunately, it did look like Light disconnected in that crucial fight. Oh, that's a gut punch for Euphoria, getting so far into the map and stymied at the last moment by an incredibly resurgent Nightmare.
That is definitely a punch in the gut right there. At least they were able to pull it out a little bit further in this match. They were able to reach the second checkpoint at least. Definitely a lot better than the first 2 matches, but I feel like they could make a good hold right here. Hopefully Light can reconnect as well. Let's see if we see any switch ups for the comps right here, but that was definitely a lot better than the first 2 matches, I would say, right, Jake?
Yeah, definitely. And Nightmare with this comp, you know, they've really changed it up despite the series going so good for them, you know, running that Adam Warlock team up. Now they're valuing the potential for this, you know, Groot and Moon Knight to just secure a checkpoint, right? Like, it's that power of the combo where even if the enemy has a support ultimate, you may still be able to, you know, damage them through the support ultimate, still get a bunch of kills, still get the cleanup. And I mean, we saw on their defense how good they are at clutching these fights with support ultimates. I think they really value having just this one ultimate combo that you can just devastate through a backline.
Yeah, definitely will be unfortunate as well for Euphoria here if Light cannot reconnect right away. 5v6 might be a little hard to hold down for a little bit.
Yeah, that is brutal for Euphoria. Just when the series started to be, you know, looking competitive, they started to bring it back, capture some points. I can't imagine them being able to battle down 1 with, you know, how good Nightmare has been. Attackers just pushing forward. Defenders waiting for that crucial choke point. Euphoria just going to fight this one out, do the best they can. Audio setting up on the flank on the Magic. Could try and mix it up, could try and pick off supports. If you are down 1, that's how you've got to create an advantage. But Nightmare, they're so ready for this. They saw this coming a mile away. Beautiful peel by Gasklin. Cleans up the flankers, shuts down the Hulk, and they're swarming over now, using every advantage. In the end, we're playing for big cash money today. No mercy for your opponents. Nightmare want to end this one 3-0 and secure their placement in the money. Gaskin looks like he's even building a portal to potentially block these attackers and spawn. See where he tries to build it.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
Yeah, defenders as well, maybe building a portal. Looks like they want to split up, though, approach from different angles. And it is going to be a portal through an instant burst by Rymazing onto Zelos. That's so much of your value down, and they're just getting carved apart. Moon Knight is absolutely feasting without the Star-Lord to mark him on the flank. Moon Knight is just cleaving through these defenders as they touch the objective. Light desperately trying to reconnect, desperately trying to fix his internet, I'm sure. I've been there. It's a brutal place to be as the clock is running out on Euphoria.
Unfortunate for Light's provider and the rest of Euphoria, but Moon Knight getting a lot of burst damage in right away with the Moon Knight, securing the Elim right away, making it a 6v4. It's just hard for Euphoria to come back right there, but it is still possible to hold it down.
Just
Not looking
barely.
the best,
I mean,
though.
this is a scary place to be. And Nightmare's so aggressive. You know, you can't blame them. This is a competitive tournament. They're playing for real money. They're coming in, trying to carve up. Looks like Euphoria have switched to triple tank, 2 support combo. So trying to brawl it out here in the front line and just stabilize. But Nightmare surviving well with support ultimates. Legendary pop. There's no heals left. This is going to be an absolute cleanup. Super Gomez is wiping through them with this legendary. Absolutely nothing they can do to stand here. And Nightmare still staying so clean, still staying so disciplined. In a moment that a lot of teams maybe would throw caution to the wind and would over-ultimate, they're still using the absolute minimum, right? Showing their discipline as a team. Even when you have the advantage, they don't give any quarter to their opponents. That's what I like to see at this level. You need to be playing consistently. There will be tougher challenges ahead in this tournament. Oh, that's a beautiful Ankh placement by Amazing. Anybody who comes through this choke is going to really feel the pressure from Moon Knight. Euphoria struggling to make this defense. They're coming through on the flank. Last second touch by Iron Man, but so much pressure on him. He's instantly farmed, bursted down. Everyone one by one getting crushed. Eye of Agamotto shut down. Cloneman couldn't even get the skill off, and it's a big cleanup. The Cloak and Dagger ultimate keeping people alive for the moment, but ultimately Gasklin just ends things right there with the Eye of Agamotto of his own on the offense. Euphoria, last players alive, getting staggered out as well off the bad spawn. Desperately running to the cart, forcing the kills to come in, but I mean, the clock is just against you now. 5 minutes for the attackers. At this point, Euphoria are really starting to feel the pressure. Nightmare can really taste the victory already in front of them.
And that victory is tasting very sweet right now for Nightmare. Like you said, a whole 5 minutes. It's looking near impossible right now for Euphoria to try and make this comeback. Right now, they do have 2 ults on the board, Hulk and Captain America. They could make something work here, but it's not going to secure them. It looks like Nightmare doing a little bit of trolling, a little bit of emoting out of the group there. Being a little bit cocky. I mean, as they should, but
you gotta. All right, that's good sportsmanship. I respect that from Hogs. Hitting the emote. You're up 6v5. All right, somebody's got to start hitting some emotes.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Players starting to have some fun with it. What can you do? It's a tough situation to be in. Hogs, though, he does have that ultimate online. Super Gomez, potentially, this legendary has been so consistent for him in the past. But Areris does have that Luna Snow ultimate, right? I think they do have that one really powerful tool in their back pocket. Legendary forces the Luna Snow ultimate in response. Super Gomez trying to stay alive, just get back to his team, regroup as well. Armory, in response, has her own ultimate. But big ultimates coming up. Nightmare, the combo that's won the game for them time and time again. Groot, Moon Knight, here it comes. Everybody caught. The Moon Knight with the follow-up, and it's all Nightmare in the feed. They're going to close out here on Yggdrasil path, securing their first victory in a 3-0 fashion. It's tough to see Light disconnected. As if we have any chance to stall this, maybe I've called it too soon, but this, and the strange portal blocking the spawn. Insult to injury by Gasklin. And Nightmare secures their position in the upper bracket final, getting into the money already with a huge 3-0. It's tough to see Light disconnect there in those final moments. It's not what you want to see. But at the same time, Nightmare, this series was in their control throughout. You've got to give them credit with how well they played, the diversity of strategy that they showed. They were the stronger team today.
Nightmare definitely the stronger team today, being able to pull it out 3-0, advancing to the winners finals of this tournament, sending Euphoria over to the losers bracket where they are fighting for their lives to continue in this tournament. Amazing and Super Gomez both with 39 eliminations. So much damage out of both of them. Great teamwork as well out of Team Nightmare. What a series, Jake.
Yeah, it was awesome to see, with the bans at this level of play, how many different strategies we saw. We saw a lot of preference for that Adam Warlock, Star-Lord, and Mantis team up with the individual reses looking really powerful. We saw the Iron Man, Hulk, Doctor Strange team up, the amount of damage burst coming in from that Gamma team up. And then we saw this comp come out on the final map from Nightmare, where they're actually not relying on too many team ups, right? They're really emphasizing more just having a strong team comp with some really powerful ultimate combos. And I think that's really interesting to see that, despite we talked a lot about the team ups, how important they are. In this map, Nightmare just wasn't prioritizing it. They don't need the team up if their combos are just really clean and they have a game plan on how they're going to win the map. And I think that this group Moon Knight combo really did look like it has a lot of potential. Could be something we see moving forward more in the tournament.
I was just going to talk about that team up actually, and it is very strong as well because it does go through, I believe, the Luna Snow ult. I believe it can't keep up with the healing as well, so that is just a very strong team combo. Just being able to get that out at least like 5 times during a match, just relentlessly, it's a guaranteed team wipe.
Yeah, I mean, I think that so many times, when I've been playing in ranked, people say, oh, this Luna Snow and the Mantis, when they pop the ultimate, you can't kill anything. It's impossible. And Nightmare showing, actually, it's not. If you just have the right strategy, you're well prepared, you can turn the tables even against these incredibly potent support ultimates. And I think, and that's a great lesson to a lot of Marvel Rivals players right now, that, you might think something's true about the game right now, but there's also so much more to discover in the game in terms of strategy, in terms of composition and tactics. And it's awesome to see Nightmare showing us a lot of that with a dominant 3-0 victory, securing their place in the money, in the upper bracket final. Going to be really excited to see if anyone can compete with them because they look scary. so many of these highlights are just Rymazing comboing the ultimate. I mean, you got to give it to them. Like, they are looking for that play consistently. Whoever gets the ultimate first is holding on to it, waiting for their, opposite number to be ready for the combo. And even Hogs, I think, doing really well to approach from unconventional angles. That whole ultimate could just be blocked by a Doctor Strange shield if you, deploy it too early or in the wrong position. So consistently, hitting from the flank, getting those vulnerable backliners who you really want to burst through with the combo. Just really cleanly executed from Nightmare, showing 3 totally different strategies throughout the match, and all of them look super effective, look great when they did bring them out.
Yeah, Nightmare has definitely practiced a lot of these strategies as well. Who did they ban at the end of this match again? Do you remember? Because I think I remember they banned their own Iron Man. Is that
yeah, that's right. They banned the Iron Man, just feeling like they didn't want to mess with it on this map. Maybe because they're looking to do the Moon Knight group combo. Like they know, okay, Rymazing's going to be on the Moon Knight here. We don't want to deal with the Iron Man, especially for Moon Knight as a character. I think would kind of struggle against something like an Iron Man. Not the best character when it comes to shooting up at these high mobility flyers. And even Groot, I think. Iron Man, he flies. He doesn't really care about Groot's walls on the low ground. Groot doesn't want to spend the whole game looking up. So despite Rymazing being amazing on the Iron Man, at being a comfort hero for him, they have the presence of mind to ban it out based on their strategy.
Much of Groot in the first 2 matches, but we will be going to a
Remember the dust, the lights gripping tightly, trapping all those fighting souls. But yet, across the world, I see you standing in my way. And remember the time, the place we used to fight, like the sun and moon. And I wonder if ever there was a time that we were friends. The night has fallen, shadows looming, and yes, that time has come for me to seek you out. We are set now for our last reunion. Break the chains, find your way, come find me. Do you remember who you really are? Show me that you are still the only one for me. I'll be waiting for you. Please, open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through some walls. Before the rift splinters again, we are rebels till the end. Rise up, your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals till the end of time. We are cloak and dagger. We are hope and fear. Score 1 for Tandy.
Lights out. Score 1 for Ty.
A boom of life. My time to shine.
Suffer in the darkness.
Co-op time. Us against the world.
Random table. Sweet.
Widow standing by. Target neutralized. The Widow's bite is lethal. Hit them till they don't get up. You can rest now, Bucky. No way to miss now. Plasma burst! Widow style.
Let's race. Yeah, they're coming. Don't get back up. Coming at you. Come on. Berserker! Rage! Told you I was the best.
some nuts?
My power is a gift from Solal the Undying. Struck down by living chi. Dragon kick! Ball Yuan Shouyi. Perfect hit! The dragon unleashed! Qiguan Changlong! My fist is unrivaled! Woo!
Trapping all those fighting souls, but yet across the world I see you standing in my way. And remember the time, the place we used to fight, like the sun and moon. And I wonder if ever there was a time that we were friends. The night has fallen, shadows looming, and yes, that time has come for me to seek you out. We are standing out for our last reunion. Break the chains, find your way, come find me. Do you remember who you really are? Show me that you are still the only one for me. I'll be waiting for you. Wake up, open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls before the rift splinters again. We are rebels till the end. Rise up, open your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals till the end of time. We will clash, no matter where. We will fight, pushing across time and space. 'Cause you are my destiny to the end. You see the dawn, the flames burning brightly, shining on those memories. And yes, across all time I see you turning the tides. And do you see now, our time, our turn, we can still fight like the wind and fire. And wonder no more, that now is the only time your heart is mine. Light has fallen, darkness grows, and yes, we fight for our destiny and fate. New days smiling for the past and future. Break those chains, lead the way, fight with me. And when you wake up, open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls before the rift splinters again. We are rebels till the end. Rise up, open your mind, hold on to your powers. No one that matters for me. I'll be waiting for you. Wait up, open your hands, holding on to your heart. Look inside you. Can you feel it? The sparks in you. Ready to unleash it all. Wake up, open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls. Before the rift splinters yet again, we are rivals to the end. And rise up, open your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals till the end of time.
No, I was just we're waiting for the next team. Dude. There's just those guys. I haven't seen these two teams yet.
Remember the dusk, the lights gripping tightly, trapping all those fighting souls. But yet, across the world, I see you standing in my way. And remember the time, the place we used to fight, like the sun and moon. And I wonder if ever there was a time that we were friends. The night has fallen, shadows looming, and yes, that time has come for me to seek you out. We are set now for our last reunion. Break the chains, find your way, come fight me. Do you remember who you really are? Show me that you are still the only one for me. I'll be waiting for you. Wake up, open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls. Before the rift splinters again, we are rebels till the end. Rise up, open your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals till the end of time. We will clash, no matter where. We will fight, reaching across time and space. 'Cause you are my destiny to the end. Do you see the dawn, the flames burning brightly, shining on those memories? And yes, across all time I see you turning the tides. And do you see now our time, our turn? We can still fight like the wind and fire. And wonder no more that now is the only time your heart is mine. Light has fallen, darkness grows, and yes, we fight for our destiny and fate. New days smiling for the past and future. Break those chains, lead the way, fight with me. And when you wake up, open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls. Before the rift splinters again, we are rebels till the end. Rise up, open your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals again until the end of time. Show me that you are still the only one that matters for me. I'll be waiting for you. Wait up, open your hands, holding on to your heart. Look inside you. Can you feel it? The sparks in you. Ready to unleash it all. Wake up, open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls. Before the rift splinters yet again, we are rivals to the end. And rise up, open your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals till the end of time.
Did you watch the last matches or no?
Yeah, I watched it.
Holy shit. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Marvel Rivals Invitational. My name is Dustin, joined by my boy Hank the Tank, and we're halfway through today on this first knockout stages, Hank. So far, you and Jake obviously took that last one, and it was a very, very close matchup between Euphoria and Nightmare. We got one more series today, but overall, I mean, Hank, what's your thoughts? You watched that whole matchup between Nightmare and Euphoria. How was it from your perspective, just watching that series play out?
It was extremely competitive, very back and forth with Nightmare and Euphoria. The first two games, they managed to hold them at the very last tick both times when trying to capture the point. It was definitely a very exciting, very competitive sight to see. And then the last game, it was just very unfortunate disconnect, blowout. But both teams showing us why they are the top two teams in Marvel Rivals, playing against each other in the last finals of the War of the Realms 15K tournament as well. Very fun to watch that go down. But now we get to witness LG go up against NRG. Are you excited?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, these two teams are at least full of veteran players, and we were talking about it too behind the scenes, where both Nightmare or both NRG and LG have players that have played a bunch of different games coming into this. We're more familiar, I think, in the Marvel Rivals scene with Euphoria and Nightmare, because obviously these were some of the top teams in the previous championship. So we obviously are very, very well aware of these players. But coming into this, right, we may know some of these players if you've got some fans from other games and stuff coming into Marvel Rivals. You'll probably be very well aware of some of the players on NRG and LG. So I'm sure there's a lot of people in chat representing those fan bases as well. So it's going to be curious to see like which team comes out on top, and then also going into this, whatever team wins is going to have to play against Nightmare. I mean, Hank, like Nightmare looks like a pretty crazy team. So, and from what I've heard behind the scenes in practicing and scrims, they're doing quite well. So I don't know. I mean, is that a matchup like you win this match, but then you have an even harder one like next? I don't know. What do you think like the mentality is of these players that have to go into an even harder match, even if they win this one today?
I'm not gonna lie, I would be pretty terrified if I had to go up against Nightmare. It looks like they can run any comp. They've practiced tons of comps, and they have seemed to master all of them. In the last match, they banned their very own Iron Man that they were popping off with as well. They got the Star-Lord trio with Adam Warlock, Mantis as well, whipping out the Groot in the last match. They just have a ton of team comps that they can use as well. Even the Moon Knight Groot combo was absolutely thriving in the last match, combining both of their ultimates together. And they just have a lot of good players as well, a lot of good strategy, teamwork. They just popped off and did their thing. I would be scared to play them, to be honest.
Oh yeah, 100%. That matchup between Nightmare and whoever else is going to play against them, specifically between NRG and LG, we'll have to see that matchup, in a second, who's going to win that one and move forward into that. But obviously, that's not until tomorrow. And for Nightmare, they're probably pretty happy, place into that money. Already being top two, just getting into the upper bracket's kind of huge. So, we'll have to see how they progress moving forward. And as a team, as you're right. I mean, having the ability to flex over to play that Moon Knight Groot composition was absolutely insane, especially from, we've seen, I think, Ryan Mazing take a bit of a backseat to Super Gomez on like Shin Shibuya and some of these other maps. It seems that like Super Gomez is that star player on the Star-Lord, but you have somebody like Ryan Mazing who can flex over to the Hela at times. I know we haven't seen it yet, but over to the Hela, play Iron Man, play over to Moon Knight. So it's like he has so much in his pocket. I mean, it's tough. It's like you got to be able to match that. And we did see at points, like, I mean, that series was super close. Euphoria could have easily, came back in map number one even. I mean, it came down to the wire, and, you had Light on Star-Lord, able to match Super Gomez at times. It's going to be interesting to see what these two teams that we're about to see are going to play, Hank, because like there's so many different compositions you can play. There's so many team ups that are available. It's really in the competitive scene. It seems to me like, and I'm curious if you agree with me here, Hank, like it seems that a lot of the best compositions are heavily based around team ups, right? I know in ranked and like these quick play game modes, a lot of people will just play whatever and just kind of combine everything in there and see how it goes. But everything's based on that season buff that the heroes get and the team ups. So I don't know if we do see a variety of compositions. Is there any maybe specific heroes that you've liked or played that you're expecting to see today?
Well, I do definitely agree with you, Dustin. The team-up heroes are a make-or-break factor in this game. They just can change the entire match around. Very, very strong. A few strong ones that I haven't seen in the last match, maybe, for example, the Punisher and Bucky Infinite Ammo with the Rocket Raccoon. That's another very strong one. But the Iron Man, Hulk, Doctor Strange team up in the last match, definitely very strong. for Iron Man especially. And then the triple res with Adam Warlock, Mantis, and Star-Lord, that was just thriving.
It's brutal, man. It's
in
brutal.
the last match. Right whenever you have their back up against the wall, you just protect that Adam Warlock, you can just revive your entire team. It'll go from a 1v4 to a 6v4, just like that. And then you are instantly winning the fight just because of Adam Warlock's res. And also the Mantis and Star-Lord being able to revive themselves, of course. But there is just a lot of strong abilities, team ups in this game.
Oh, you get like an unbelievable amount of time to just even pick where you want to res, right? If you die as Adam Warlock or Mantis or Star-Lord, like you said. And it's 4 reses too, if you think about it, because like you said, you have the ultimate if he builds it. So that's just crazy in itself. You know, like we see people talk about Mantis being like super strong, and I know a lot of people are saying that's like the best support. I think even in terms of win rate, for heroes that we've seen so far, I know somebody compiled a lot of the stats for top 500 for this game. I think Mantis was up there in top 3, like just definitely one of the best heroes in the game. But you know, you look at a big catalyst to that, and that is Adam Warlock being in the game, right? Like the only reason why Mantis can be even stronger than she is because of that team up in the Resurrect, like you said. So, you know, it's interesting that a lot of these compositions are heavily based around like this catalyst, this sort of anchor, you know, to a lot of these team ups like Adam Warlock is. He may not be the star of that team up, but he's a big reason why it works, right?
Oh yeah, he is the anchor for it. Without Adam Warlock, the team up itself just wouldn't work. And Super Gomez was able to do his thing with Star-Lord, of course, in the last match, with the team up reviving himself, but he was able to just output a ton of damage, absolutely like doubling the enemy, just securing a lot of eliminations. Their synchronized dive as well onto Team Euphoria. They made it work. But is there any team ups as well that you're interested in that you haven't seen in the last match, possibly?
I think you brought it up earlier in passing with Punisher. You know, you have Rocket Raccoon. You know, you have that team up possibility with him and Punisher. Like having both Rocket Raccoon and Punisher out in the lobby. I mean, it's just pretty much it's a mini ultimate when you get that team up, right? To have infinite ammo, have increased fire rate. That's basically it's an ultimate. You can't even break it too whenever you spawn it as Rocket Raccoon. So it's definitely a super strong matchup that I'm sure we'll see. I know a lot of people sing its praises, but I mean, I'm sure you and Jake talked about this. It's just like the big thing in the competitive scene for this game for Marvel Rivals is that like you can just ban. You could just straight up, if you don't like a certain thing, if you know that they're going to run something, like I think we saw for Euphoria, did they first ban Psylocke every time? Like
yes.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I know there's probably specific reasons for it, but you know, obviously Psylocke doesn't have a ton of team ups. I think or super strong team ups. I would say, like I think that it's, you know, that there are better ones. I think she's with Magic, so it's interesting that she was first banned out of all heroes. Like, I mean, obviously we see her do quite well in high rating, in high elo games. We do see Psylocke tend to pop off, and obviously it's a fan favorite, I would say. Like, it just seems like everything I see on like social media, it's just always about Psylocke. It's just like she's the #1 fan favorite besides Jeff. I guess it's between her and Jeff. But yeah, I don't know. It seems interesting that Psylocke's always been first banned, so I'm curious to see if we'll see that today in this matchup too. Maybe have some of the new hero pop off, because they had so many heroes added to the game in Marvel Rivals on release. It's kind of crazy how fast and how many characters we're getting in this game. But yeah, I think to go back to your original point, I think the biggest thing is, you know, Punisher and Rocket Raccoon. That is a terrifying thing to go against, especially as a tank player, right? I mean, we haven't even seen Hawkeye today, I don't think, either. Like, he's just crazy in his own right. You don't even need a team up to just get, you know, to shoot logs, basically, right? To just one shot across the map. I'm sure you've experienced it playing against a good Hawkeye player and just being like, I can't play the game because this guy's pre-firing angles with his fully charged shot.
Yeah, Hawkeye and Hella, brother, just being able to dominate in ranked. Those are the ranked warriors right there. But me and Jake were talking about it earlier. Maybe the reason we're not seeing Hawkeye in these competitive tourney matches compared to ranked just absolutely dominating is because being able to synchronize dives with your team to just take out the Hawkeye, just absolutely focus him. It's a lot less you can do to counter that going up against a full 6v6 tourney match with your team, compared to just solo queuing and ranked, just being able to absolutely dominate, carry yourself to Grandmaster with Hawkeye, just dinking everyone. But Psylocke as well, as you were talking about, I would say I agree. I don't think her team up is as strong, right? Being able to go in limbo, just teleport backwards like a few seconds. It's basically another get out of jail free card, right? But compared to a lot of these other ults, it's not really as game changing, right?
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be like Psylocke players in the chat being like, it's the craziest team up of all time, but it is good. It's you like it's not bad to be able to save yourself and back on out of there, and especially synergizing with Magic is just kind of huge too, and also with Black Panther, like those two characters along Psylocke can make for a very interesting dive comp. We even saw it in the last one, in the last map on Industrial Path. It just seemed like you could play Magic. Like we've seen that character previously as well in dive comps. It works very well. And you have to be able to play those, right? At the moment, like we were talking about the pick ban system, or the protect ban system, rather. You have 1 protect and 2 bans per team, right? So a total of 2 protects, total of 4 bans. And, with that in mind, you kind of have to be able to play everything at the current moment, and that's the fun part is that like we see, one of the best teams in Nightmare, for example, like you mentioned, having to swap over to Groot, having to swap over to Moon Knight. And it was a very interesting kind of change that we saw, because that composition does play a little bit differently than, running that Star-Lord and Iron Man, right? You have a lot more spam, and it kind of does fill a similar role. However, that one character and that one change, or even 2 with Groot, it can change the whole dynamic, right? I mean, it can be super snowball. It can be more, ult reliant. I think in the neutral game, we were seeing a lot of, pickoffs, I think in map number 1 and 2, but then once we went map number 3, it was definitely more ult reliant, I feel like, besides obviously Quantum Pulse with Iron Man and stuff. So, it's definitely interesting to see like these different compositions come out, and you have to be versatile, I think, at this level.
Yeah, it definitely pays off being able to. I would recommend maybe learning at least like 4 heroes in Marvel Rivals, just in case your heroes get banned or you need to swap to something else, maybe swap to a different role. But it definitely pays off being able to play a variety of heroes, whether it fits like certain scenarios or not as well, or just switching to a whole different comp based off of team ups. It's definitely extremely beneficial.
Yeah, and by the way, we're not just yapping for nothing. We're waiting for the series to start, so give us a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, and this is gonna be a podcast, I think, with us. Hank, we're just gonna be chilling, talking, yapping for the next half an hour until the game starts, because you never know.
Ooh,
we'll
half
have
an
to
hour.
See. You can't talk for half an hour?
Oh, we can. I can talk with you for an hour, Dustin.
Dude,
brother.
We have been yapping behind the scenes a little bit. But obviously, I hate that you called me out, by the way. You said play 4 characters, bro. I've been playing nothing.
Oh, you're a one trick.
I played Hella. I've been one trick at Hella.
I'm also a Hella gamer. I got the Hella mastery within like the first few days as well, which is a unique feature in the game, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And she is very overpowered. But I play my fair share of Psylocke, Groot, Luna, a variety of heroes as well.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I was as flexible as you. I just kind of I like clicking heads. I've been forcing myself.
I absolutely love clicking heads.
It's like the most fun thing, man. Just lock the Hella and just walk at the enemy. And like, oh yeah.
Have you played any Hawkeye yet so far?
Yeah, I've been trying to learn Hawkeye too. Yeah, he's definitely more inconsistent for me, because it seems like, sorry about that. Yeah, Hawkeye is like a bit more inconsistent for me because, obviously Hella, you could just kind of, spam left click, right? Just hit your shots with left click. With Hawkeye, you have to definitely, preemptively, spam angles and stuff like that, or, hit those long range shots. It's definitely a little bit more difficult, I think, than Hella at points, especially because, like you and Jake said, I mean, it's way harder to play Hawkeye in the competitive sense because there's not much survivability you have. Besides, you could double jump obviously away, you can slash people away, but generally it does seem like Hella has a bit more of that sort of survivability. And it's funny because we haven't even seen Hella so far in the tournament, so we have yet to see.
Hella was banned every match by Nightmare, and as you said, they do have a Hella player, I believe, as well. But
yeah, Ryan Mason,
yeah, as you were saying, Hella compared to Hawkeye, she does have an extremely strong kit, right? So she has the stun, which she can use if you're getting dove, for example, as well, which is very useful. Then you can do the right click and pierce them with all of the thorns, which do damage over time as well. And she just has a lot of survivability with the bird as well. You can pick a 1v1 with someone, use the bird to get out with that as well, or you can use the crow to just teleport to high ground and do damage from above. She has a lot of different factors that she could use as well that Hawkeye maybe doesn't have for the variety of his kit, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that are very upset. We're only talking about duelists right now, because I know it's a big trend right now, and also on social media. It's just hating everybody playing all the duelists, because there's a ton of duelists in this game, right? I mean, you have to look at it that way. Like you just there's like I think double the amount of duelists as like every other role at least minimum. So it is kind of crazy how many of these characters that people like. People play game and they'll play like 3 DPS, right, or three duelists. That seems to be a common thing, right? 1 Vanguard, and then obviously in 1 support too. So it does seem like generally people love to play the duelist, right? And like we talked about with Hela being as strong as she is, and then Hawkeye being as strong as he is at points in solo queue, it can definitely be a kind of tough to make that decision. Do I flex over to playing Vanguard, right? Do I play something else besides duelist? For me, it's never been that. I always play duelist. Obviously, for you, you're a bit more of a team player, though.
So you're
Seems
my
like you
stubborn
can play-
rank teammates, Dustin. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I shouldn't talk about my experience. I'll tell you that much. I have a good time. I don't know about my teammates.
I have a great time. Yeah.
Yeah. We have good time here. But my teammates. Sometimes I press that mute button. Lock the Hela. Get swinging. Take a flank. Go 3 minutes left. Shin Shibuya. I got to make a play. I'm flanking to the back line, doing whatever I got to do to win. You know what I mean? Even if we have 4 duelists in the game, and I probably should have, swapped to Vanguard or something. It is what it is, right? It is what it is.
I love that for you, Dustin.
I appreciate it, Hank. I appreciate it. But obviously, the next game is going to be in just a little bit. We're going to have the next series in just a bit. It's going to be at 1900 EST, I believe. So what is that time-wise?
So I believe that'll be 20 minutes from now. It's 7 p.m. Eastern. So I believe we will be taking a short break right now, and then we will be getting into that match.
Remember the dusk, the lights gripping tightly, trapping all those fighting souls. But yet, across the world, I see you standing in my way. And remember the time, the place we used to fight, like the sun and moon, and I wonder if ever there was a time that we were friends. The night has fallen, shadows looming, and yes, that time has come for me to seek you out. We are set now for our last reunion. Break the chains, find your way, come find me. Do you remember who you really are? Show me that you are still the only one for me. I'll be waiting for you. Playing out, open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through some walls. Before the rifts splinters again, the arrival till the end. Rise up, your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals till the end of time.
We are Cloak and Dagger. We are hope and fear. Score one for Tandy.
Lights out. Score 1 for Ty.
A boom of life. My time to shine.
Suffer in the darkness.
Co-op time. Us against the world.
Red table. Sweet.
Widow standing by. Target neutralized. The Widow's bite is lethal. Hit them till they don't get up. You can rest now, Bucky. No way to miss now. Plasma burst! Widow style.
Let's race! You had that coming. Don't get back up. Coming at you. Come on! Berserker! Rage! Told you I was the best.
Eat nuts and kick butts. Got him, Tippy! Hey, check out this big acorn! Score one for the squirrels! Ah, it's a squirrel nami! Huh, where do you think you're going? Anybody want some nuts?
My power is a gift from Solal the Undying. Struck down by living chi. Dragon kick! Ball Yuan Shouyi. Perfect hit! The dragon unleashed! Qi Guan Changhong! My fist is unrivaled! Woo!
Trapping all those fighting souls, but yet across the world I see you standing in my way. And remember the time, the place we used to fight, like the sun and moon, and I wonder if ever there was a time that we were friends. The night has fallen and shadows looming, and yes, that time has come for me to seek you out. We are set now for our last reunion. Break the chains, find your way, come find me. Do you remember who you really are? Show me that you are still the only one for me. I'll be waiting for you. Playing out, hoping your fries, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls. Before the rift splinters again, we are rebels till the end. Rise up, your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals till the end of time.
We are cloak and dagger. We are hope and fear.
Lights out. Score one for Ty.
A boom of life. My time to shine.
Suffer in the darkness.
Co-op time. Us against the world.
Random table. Sweet.
Widow standing by. Target neutralized. The Widow's bite is lethal. Hit them till they don't get up. You can rest now, Bucky. No way to miss now.
Plasma burst.
Widow style.
Let's race! You had that coming. Don't get back up. Coming at you. Come on. Berserker! Rage! Told you I was the best.
Eat nuts and kick butts. Got him, Tippy. Hey, check out this big acorn. Score one for the squirrels. It's a squirrel nami! Where do you think you're going? Squirrel stampede! Anybody want some nuts?
My power is a gift from Solal the Undying. Struck down by living chi. Dragon kick! Ball get Soyi. Perfect hit! The dragon unleashed! Qigua Tanghong! My fist is unrivaled!
tightly, trapping all those fighting souls. But yet, across the world, I see you standing in my way. And remember the time, the place we used to fight, like the sun and moon. And I wonder if ever there was a time that we were friends. The night has fallen, shadows looming, and yes, that time has come for me to seek you out. We are set now for our last reunion. Break the chains, find your way, come find me. Do you remember who you really are? Show me that you are still the only one for me. I'll be waiting for you. Blink out, open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls. Before the rift splinters again, the unravel till the end. Rise up, open your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals till the end of time.
We are Cloak and Dagger. We are hope and fear. Score one for Tandy.
Lights out. Score one for Ty.
A boom of life. My time to shine.
Suffer in the darkness.
Co-op time. Us against the world.
Ran the table. Sweet.
Widow standing by. Target neutralized. The Widow's bite is lethal. Hit them till they don't get up. You can rest now, Bucky. No way to miss now. Plasma burst! Widow style.
Let's race! You had that coming. Don't get back up. Coming at you. Come on. Berserker! Rage! Told you I was the best.
Remember the dusk, the lights gripping tightly, trapping all those fighting souls. But yet, across the world, I see you standing in my way. And remember the time, the place we used to fight, like the sun and moon. And I wonder if ever there was a time that we were friends. The night has fallen, shadows looming, and yes, that time has come for me to seek you out. We are set now for our last reunion. Break the chains, find your way, come find me. Do you remember who you really are? Show me that you are still the only one for me. I'll be waiting for you. Blink out, open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls. Before the rift splinters again, the unravel till the end. Rise up, open your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals till the end of time. We will clash, no matter where. We will fight, reaching across time and space. Across all time, I see you turning the tides. And do you see now our time, our turn? We can still fight like the wind and fire. And wonder no more that now is the only time your heart is mine. Light has fallen, darkness grows, and yes, we fight for our destiny and fate. New days smiling for the past and future. Break those chains, lead the way, fight with me. And when you wake up, open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls. Before the rift splinters again, we are rebels till the end. Rise up, open your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals again until the end of time.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Marvel Rivals Invitational. My name is Dustin, joined by Hank, and we just had obviously earlier an incredible matchup between Nightmare and Euphoria. We've got one more match for you guys today. Going to be NRG versus LG, and Hank. Obviously, the players are finally, I believe, almost ready. I mean, we're ready for this matchup. I think it's gonna be exciting. We might have different compositions on the board. We might have different heroes played, and maybe some people in chat are going to be incredibly happy to see their mains get played today and have some representation.
Yeah, would it be fun to see some hella gamers out there clicking those heads, Dustin? I know we're both hella gamers, very strong character as well. But
Yeah.
the winner of this match, NRG and Luminosity, will be moving on to the winners finals. They'll be going up against Team Nightmare, who just defeated Euphoria, and Euphoria will be in the losers bracket going up against the loser of this match. Now, the winner celebration event, we have a brand new 4v4 Jeff game mode that has been added to Marvel Rivals, and you can get the Jeff skin for free by simply playing that game mode and earning the in-game currency, and then you can get that Jeff skin for free. And then we also have the Venom and Magic skins coming to the store within the next week, and then Groot and Rocket Raccoon, you can buy that bundle in the shop right now as well. Any of these skins stand out to you, Dustin? I think they're all absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I like them all. I mean, obviously, I keep seeing people post about freaking Venom, man. Because there's a picture on the social media, I believe, on the Marvel Rivals Twitter, where it's just Venom turned around. You know what I'm talking about? You know that picture, right? Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about how
it's
Venom's,
a picture, all right?
It's a picture. I don't know if we'll talk about it too much, but obviously that one's a fan favorite. I like the Groot one. I actually saw that. I was playing, while you guys were casting, I was actually playing some Rivals, and I was like, in my competitive game, some guy already had the Groot skin. I was like, dang, that's fast. You already have the Groot skin in the game? I was like, that's kind of lit, man.
I'm not gonna lie, as a Marvel Rivals gamer and fan as well, I did buy that Groot Raccoon combo right away. The Groot skin, it's nice, bro. It's like a mix of a reindeer, and then you got the Santa beard as well. It's some drip, bro.
Yeah, he's definitely drippy. Personally, I don't know. I'm curious. I mean, they're all good. I gotta go with the Venom, dude. I gotta go with the Venom. Third person game. I look at Venom's got a huge back. I'm incredibly jealous. As somebody with a small back, that guy hits the back day hard. He's
I gotta start working out. Get like Venom, man. Not just
the
back, but
I think maybe with even both of us combined, I don't know if we could ever reach like Venom's level, man. Like that's like we'd probably end up looking like the kids that sneak around looking like adults, where they stack on top of each other with a suit on.
Oh yeah. Like they stand on each other's shoulders. They got the big detective outfit on. Yeah.
we just be sticks, basically giant sticks. Oh my god. But yeah, obviously those winter skins are sick, man. We got to play that. We got to play the Jeff game mode. We got to do all that. Check out the game mode. I mean, that's so fast too. This game literally just came out. We're already getting winter game modes and stuff for the holidays. It's awesome.
We already have Christmas skins, new game modes, all of that good stuff, and I'm excited to see how this next match plays out, Dustin. So yeah, we have NRG going up against Luminosity. There's a lot of pro players from various games on each team as well. I don't know what type of comps we will be seeing yet, but there is a lot that we haven't seen so far as well. We saw a lot of that Iron Man Hulk team up as well in the last match, a lot of the Star-Lord, Warlock, and Mantis team ups as well. We haven't seen really any other team ups so far. Hela was banned in every match as well. We haven't seen any Hawkeye yet as well, which is an extremely strong character. Is there anything you're particularly looking forward to seeing or think that we might see in the next match that we haven't seen yet so far?
I mean, yeah, like the best I could maybe see like a triple comp, like no duelists. I've heard people talk about those compositions, just running 3 tanks, 3 supports. Like that's definitely something people have been playing. Like 3 strategists, 3 vanguards. You just kind of run at people. You know, and it kind of works out. Like I've heard good things about the composition. I know they try it in Europe, and you know, obviously this is an invitational, right? Like you mentioned, like we have two of the best teams that have, you know, competed in the Marvel Rivals championships previously, in the War of the Realms, and then we have two teams that are just kind of like quickly put together, but also are full of veterans almost, and it's definitely like an injection of life into the scene where we get to see NRG and Luminosity, where like you said, these are two teams full to the brim with a lot of veterans. Like, you know more probably about Luminosity than I do, and I probably know a little bit more about NRG, because like even for NRG's roster, like I know Rack Attack and Ultraviolet were some of the best supports, and it's interesting that they even have Cal on the roster too, because these are like all support players. So it's like, it's so interesting to see that these guys are going to be probably playing. I would not be surprised if we see, you know, the Groats composition, right? 3 Vanguard and, you know, 3 strategists. That could definitely be a thing that they try to do. And, you know, they're full of really good players. Even one of them, I mean, Ultraviolet, he didn't necessarily replace me when I played professional video games for like a little bit. He actually came in. He was like the young gun, replacing me, old 26-year-old me.
The Lightning
like,
McQueen meme of,
yeah.
do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Where he's like getting passed up on the driveway and then crashes and burns. That's exactly how it went out, you know, in a blazing glory of fire. No, actually not really. It just kind of bowed out of the scene. But for Marvel Rivals, I think these guys are definitely really talented players, right, on NRG. And, you know, for as much as we've heard, and if you want to talk about Luminosity, definitely go for it. But I know that I've heard from behind the scenes, at least when I talked to Amazing and Nightmare, like they've been so good in practice, right? I don't want to obviously, you know, talk about them too much, because obviously there's a bunch of amazing teams competing today. But from what I've heard, they like barely struggle in practice. You know, it's tough. Like, it's going to be really hard for any of these teams to beat Nightmare. So I think for this matchup that we're going to see, Hank, we're gonna see some like insane signs of life, I think, out of both of these teams in this matchup. I think in order for them to have a chance against Nightmare, personally, I think I'm gonna have to see a 3-0 out of one of these teams.
You think there'll be a 3-0? Oh yeah.
Like, they
Nightmare is too strong of a team. If you want a chance of beating them, I would say, yeah, you definitely need to wipe the floor in this series right here, because they are just so strong. They can run every single comp, and as you were mentioning, the possibility that we might see maybe triple strategist or triple vanguard, something along those lines. Compositions like that can definitely throw the enemy off as well, because maybe they don't practice against it at all or have experience against that, know how to counter it, for example. And it could definitely work out, just running it down with a bunch of vanguards or strategists, just being able to throw your enemy off guard, maybe run it one match, switch it up the next match, just getting in their head. It's definitely a mind game as well. And as I'm talking about that, we are getting into the first match, Luminosity against NRG, and NRG has kicked it off with a Namor Ben, which is very interesting. You don't really see that too much. And then Luminosity deciding to take out Hawkeye. I think that is the first Hawkeye Ben that we have seen out of the entire stream.
Yeah, 100%. It seems like the teams, when you guys were watching earlier, Nightmare and Euphoria were both doing like very consistent picks bans, right? Like they were like constantly picking and banning the same heroes. And in this instance, now we have a Psylocke Protect, and a Hela Protect to counter that too. I mean, that's interesting, because now you take out Namor, now you take out Hawkeye, and without those two characters, Hela kind of just runs free, right? I mean, you don't have to worry long range by anybody besides maybe the other Hela.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like Funk from LG is looking to run the Hela as well, and I think they protected the Psylocke for J3. He likes to dive, and I'm pretty sure he plays a lot of Psylocke as well. It looks like we might see some Mantis team up again with the Star-Lord coming out of NRG. I'm not too sure. And there is a Mantis Ben from Luminosity. Maybe they did the research as well. Know the opposing team has a Mantis player.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting, because I mean, we'll see what NRG want to ban now, because they could still run like Adam Warlock alongside Star-Lord, because you still get that team up. So we'll see if they even want to ban anything here for NRG's side, because, you know, obviously, like you said, that Mantis is such a strong character. I think he has like top 3 win rates in the game and top 100. And, you know, obviously with the passive, with like the movement speed, with the healing that the character does, did they even ban somebody? Did they?
Yeah, I don't believe NRG banned anyone
for
their last ban. It's okay. It's a confidence thing. They didn't need to ban anyone anyways. Got to get in the enemy's head. But it looks like we have a Doctor Strange on both teams as well. Specifically on this map, I like TPing to the high ground with Doctor Strange sometimes, seeing if you can get an early pick as well, because it's pretty hard to push through on this point, as I believe in the first series we spectated with Euphoria and Team Nightmare. I believe they did play on this map as well, and they struggled to capture the first point here too. And Penny Parker is really good on the defense as well, holding this point down too.
Yeah, 100%. Penny Parker seems to be way stronger in the live release of the game than in previous iterations, and specifically on Clintar. I mean, this is a very good map for it, because on Convergence, obviously, you need to capture this first point before you can control that payload. And obviously, a lot of Doctor Stranges, where they're positioned right now, where the defense is positioned, LG's positioned, a lot of Doctor Stranges love the TP up there and then just get an early setup back left. But, you know, obviously, so far on this first point, we're going to see a ton of this hella neutral game. Both kind of trading back and forth. Obviously, J3 coming back through the flank. On the Psylocke, goes to the health pack to stay alive, looking for that Hella on the left side angle. Could probably find it. Meanwhile, you have Energy sort of walking forward, able to take down the Hella. Was too aggressive. Funk and J3 both picked off. Both doing kind of separate angles or fighting at the same time inside that room, both going down. And that just easily results on Energy just walking through and taking this point, I mean, pretty handedly. Maybe your recontest comes through, but that was clean from them.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of bad positioning from Funk there for Luminosity just getting ran down. And it looks like NRG is going to take this point home here. Hella, like I said, the ability to just make or break the game. We're going to see how this plays out right here.
100%. I mean, Funk waiting through on the right side. Both teams also having a bit different of an idea of how to play the game. Obviously, the Cloak and Dagger on the defensive side. Meanwhile, Adam Warlock alongside Luna Snow on the attack. So definitely a difference of opinion of where the meta is. But as you see, LG kind of taking flank angles. Punisher goes aggressive on Funk. Funk not really aware of it. Able to dash away in the bird form. But Nocturnal is just putting so much pressure down. Sights will go down on that back right of the point. It kind of pushing forward, but dang. A lot of damage there from We the People. Again with the mines. Great positioning here from this defensive angle. Then goes into the Penny Parker ultimate as well to kind of chase down everybody else. Don't know how necessary that was, but that's another fight win for LG.
Yeah, it's not really necessary to pop the ultimate there, but you can take a lot of space as well. It's hard for the opponent to just push through there. Cow popping Hella's ultimate as well. The Goddess of Death getting the elimination onto Sweet right there. Kind of just making them stagger a little bit, forcing them back. And hit a little regroup.
The Cow's a very good player, so it's interesting to see them playing the DPS today. Meanwhile, Cloak and Dagger on the top, just kind of playing aggressive. Nocturnal able to get the kill on the We the People. Great angle from the high ground. Find a little bit more. Oh no, J3 got killed mid-ultimate. That's going away. No longer is J3 going to have that for the next fight. All because Cal hit some nice shots on Hella. Just in the neutral game, he's been an absolute menace. And LG are just backing up once more. NRG are kind of taking full control at the moment. They've got so much time in the bank here too, Hank. It's pretty rough for LG.
Yeah, Cal is absolutely frying on the Hella as well. And being able to secure the Elim onto Psylocke mid-ult without stunning them is actually some insane aim, because you can't really see them at all. And down goes J3, down goes Funk, down goes We the People. NRG is just absolutely stomping right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, Cal's on fire. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty tough if you're LG side. You got to have maybe some semblance of, asking Funk to start popping up. Nice shot from Ultraviolet as well. UV on that back
shot
side.
right there, actually.
Yeah, very, very clean. Energy, meanwhile. Oh, they can just fall back, too. Nice work of the environmentals. Force that wall from that right side. Able to fall back, too. But NRG kind of still controlling a lot of the space. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. Here comes the Punisher ultimate. From the backside, able to just kind of walk forward. Meanwhile, Cal finally loses the duel to Funk. But Funk's already lost 2 members of their own team. Able to play back with the Luna ultimate as well. Stay with the sustain here. A lot of ultimates being popped. Luna's ultimate to counter the Hella in the sky, so this is not going to find too much value unless maybe... No! Ultraviolet was caught out behind the pillar away from the ultimate from Luna Snow, and with that, I mean, LG's kind of stabilizing.
Yeah, that's a big pick right there from Funk. When you pop that Luna, you got to make sure your whole team is just inside of it. Otherwise, a little fluky like that can happen. And it looks like Luminosity might be running away with this fight right here. At least they definitely needed this.
Yeah, J3, there's a bug on him again. I mean, in this situation, that's tough for J3. Just going a little bit too aggressive. But right, like Funk finally kind of online on that back left flank. Able to get 2 kills. We're able to create some distance, kill one, and then have some support on the left side for some support. And LG, this could be exactly what they need.
Yeah, still 3 minutes remaining. You got to at least try to cut the damage a little bit. You don't want them to... Oh my goodness. Down goes Sykes. Hella Unleashed. Penny Parker popping her ultimate as well. Ultimate's just flying across the board right now. Can Cal secure any eliminations? Down goes the opposing Hella as well.
Yeah, that was a nice prediction. Also finds another kill. J3 only able to find one with his ultimate, and this is about the end. Yeah, there we go. NRG is going to cap out. 3 minutes and 6 seconds on the clock. Sure, at times it looked like LG were finding some semblance of space, but I mean that was kind of a steamroll, Hank.
And like we were saying, this is what NRG needs if they want a chance against Nightmare, right? A very strong team that can play tons of compositions as well. A lot of great teamwork, good strategy as well. NRG is looking very promising right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, if Cal's going to keep playing this way on Hella, then you know you can easily progress forward. The only downside I think with NRG is that you know a lot of teams with experience will realize this is you kind of want to play a lot of these teams with the team ups, right? I mean, I don't think they're really getting much value out of team ups at the moment. Is there a single team up?
I think the only team up I see right now is Thor Hella for NRG with Cal and Fun FPS, but I don't think they ran the Thor last round. But yeah, there's a lot of room for team ups that I do see with Hella for Luminosity. They could maybe get a Loki or a Thor in there, and then Punisher, you could maybe get a Rocket as well instead of Void on the Cloak and Dagger, possibly. The Rocket Raccoon with Punisher is a very, very strong team up as well, especially for holding down the point or trying to approach the point here, just being able to relentlessly shoot and put out endless damage.
Definitely interesting, but you know, at the end of the day, we could say both teams are pretty, you know, even compositional.
Not really any team ups on both ends.
Yeah. But this time, you know, 4 energy on the defensive side. They got to be feeling good. 3 minutes and 6 seconds. This is a lot of time in the bank. And, you know, on the LG's attacking side, we'll see if they opt for anything. Obviously, J3's on to a Vanguard. Going to be swapping to Doctor Strange. Go with the TP. Everybody's through that portal. Everybody's gone.
It looked like Cal was trying to push up to try to cancel the Doctor Strange portal, and it does not work. But yes, he's going to come in behind them with the portal, actually.
He's waiting. We'll see. No, he's just spamming through it. Back in the spawn. Cal's like, I'm out of there. Goodbye. Portal runs out. Interesting spam angle.
Oh, J3 switching over to Doctor Strange. I did not realize that as well.
Yeah.
Bit of a trade on both ends. 5v5 fight right now, but Penny is really able to just own down the point on these push the payload maps as well. It's very hard to approach that.
POV, not in the fight. Punisher moment. Meanwhile, gonna go down to Hot Sick. That's a great pick for NRG. Also, everybody's low on this side. Ultraviolet onto Sweet. Cal will get taken out by Void. But is that enough to keep LG in this? An ultimate from Moon Knight from the top side of Nocturne. Able to get the kill too with We the People onto Hot Sick. So NRG slowly kind of getting whittled down here. And some great work from the Cloak and Dagger of all people. Didn't expect that. Rack Attack able to get one. The Res also comes back through from out of Warlock with this passive, but going to go down immediately. And this is pushing forward now. We're into the streets phase of the map.
Yeah, Luminosity definitely needed that one. I don't know about Ultraviolet wasting the Adam Warlock revive on themselves right there. I don't think that was worth it. Maybe save that for the next fight. So not that big of a deal as well, though. But Luminosity definitely needed that to continue to fight back in this game, because NRG getting to the end with 3 minutes, they need to try to stomp them back in this round.
Nice stun shots through come through now onto Sykes. Also dashing forward. You know, Punk's has been playing so aggressive, and it's actually working out.
I like that. Yeah, he is making it work right now. He definitely needed. And as I say that, he goes down. Unfortunate. But Luminosity is doing a much better job right now compared to the last round.
I feel like somehow Funk finding these kills, you know, it is huge. This is exactly, like you mentioned, what LG needs to progress forward. But obviously right now they have We the People the cart. Gonna go down immediately. Touching it. J3 trying to go for some more angles on the top left. But I mean, there's so much go here. Everybody's healthy. They also have ultimates. Those Sykes able to find one. Can they find any more? It just seems like NRG at the moment. Finding those snagger kills. Cal yet again finding once more. And it's back to the spawn doors for LG. They're going to be down in this fight. First fight won for NRG on the defensive hold.
Yeah, and Cal just putting in relentless damage with the Hella as well. I feel like running Penny Parker into Hella as well. Every time I play ranked as Hella against the Penny Parker, I just feel like it's so easy to get out damage and absolutely fry them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it. On the defensive, I mean, specifically for these angles here on the map, it does seem, they're aware of the strength TP to come through the portal, but frozen immediately by Luminosity. Meanwhile, on the front side, Nocturnal going with the ultimate, able to take down Funk. Great work with the ultimate to secure that kill and also segment off the rest of LG from this fight. And I mean, with that, they're in a great spot. Also find a stagger kill from Nocturnal, who is amazing on the side lock in this match.
Yeah, Nocturnal is absolutely frying right now, just cleaning up the rest of them. Down he goes, but they did secure the win here in this fight.
Yeah, it's a ton of pressure. I mean, this is so much pressure from NRG right now. That's another fight win, although it's only 30 seconds off the clock. Luckily for LG, you know, because they secured that first point so fast, they're in a decent spot. But here's a very early ultimate from Punisher. Sykes popping that ultimate, knowing this angle is super long, but with both Magneto and Doctor Strange, that buys them time. Look who's here. Cal over the top left, hits 2 shots, a headshot, and another headshot. Funk will go down, and now you have to deal with this Hella on the back left angle. You're going to pop Luna's ultimate, but Cal wants to find maybe another kill or wait for the spawn camp. No way. He's going to wait for Funk to come back. Is Funk aware of this? Funk is not. Goodbye, Cal. In the spawn, they kill Sykes after the ultimate runs out. My God, Cal. Just shut down any semblance of hope for LG right now.
Yo, that is a crazy play, actually. You don't really see too much of that spawn trapping, basically, in Marvel Rivals right here. Cal, big brain, 5 million IQ, just absolutely farming them. And down
And then he
Cal
does that,
goes.
dude.
A little bit of payback right now. Unfortunate. They did catch on. You got to switch it up right there, Cal, but he was absolutely farming.
Dude, both DPS going crazy. They're showing a little bit of disrespect right now, huh? I mean, that's 2 kills. Nocturnal's still here in the spawn with Ultraviolet. They're getting help pretty deep right now into their spawn. Oh my God. Yeah, and then Rack Attack too.
No on the elimination with the Elim onto We the People. Psylocke all coming out. NRG with 2 KOs. Make that 3. Down goes J3. And Luminosity has got to get it together right now. NRG is just stomping right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe like Nocturnal kind of just sitting towards the spawn, doing whatever Nocturnal wants at the moment. Cal also another kill into Void. And it's kind of brutal. But this is exactly like you mentioned earlier with NRG, right? This is what they need to progress forward in this tournament, right? If they can get a 3-0 right now, obviously we're only on map number 1. That could bode really well for them moving forward, considering the likes of what we heard behind the scenes from Nightmare. So Nocturnal playing this well in the Psylocke, going again for this Punisher on the right side, angle towards the health pack, securing it, right? So annoying, playing around the health pack, making sure nobody can come through this left angle. J3 also desperately needing heals out of the spawn doors. Nocturnal finally caught out. Also, I believe used the invisibility. So Nocturnal's kind of in a tough spot. If somehow Nocturnal could escape this, just back dashing everywhere away from, like just getting away from this damage from LG is insane from Nocturnal. The movement from him has been absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
And
being
he's
able
still
to escape that is crazy. You got stunned twice from the penny webs as well. His
Yeah.
team doing a great job keeping them up. Hella doing hella things. Once you hear that Hella ultimate Goddess of Death come out, sometimes you just gotta match it, pop your own, shoot them out of the sky. The big Adam Warlock res from Ultraviolet onto Cal right here, and it looks like that will be the game right there. And NRG going up 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they got spawn camp. Like that's pretty brutal, right? There's no way to sugarcoat it. Like LG got kind of stomped in that map. Obviously, you know, we go to a domination map, maybe we go to a convoy map. You could talking about a different situation, but you know that was pretty insane. Rack Attack MVP, kind of well deserved. I mean, take a look at those stats. Rack Attack putting out almost as much damage as a Punisher on Luna Snow, plus the healing, plus you have the Ultraviolet actually doing more damage than Funk on Hella. What? While having 15,000 healing?
Adam Warlock is definitely like another Hella. Just hit scan, being able to provide a ton of damage. The reses
Dude,
as
brutal.
well.
Oh,
that was a game. Definitely very well played for NRG. That is what they needed, as we were saying, if they want to be able to compete with Nightmare, which is a very strong team that's shown that they can win tournaments as well. And it's looking very good for NRG.
Yeah. I mean, they look good going forward. Obviously, shutting down Funk was a huge reason why they succeeded as well as they did. And you know that, shout out to Cal for playing as well as he did. Shout out to Nocturnal too. This team does look pretty good. If you could nitpick about NRG, like for LG side, what, in your opinion, Hank, do they have to do to sort of come back in this series? Because obviously after that one, that could be a bit of a backbreaker. I know it's a tough question, But for LG, what were the bright spots in their cases?
Well, I feel like maybe they could try banning the Hela or banning the Psylocke. Maybe switch it. Maybe run a Loki. I know Loki is very strong into Psylocke as well. Loki has his shift ability, which basically just straight out counters a Psylocke ultimate as well, which could be pretty useful. But
yeah, they definitely could ban that Hela, and we do see that throughout the tournament. Obviously, we saw Hela banned in the previous matchup, like you said, but I mean, it is tough. It is tough because you ban Hela, you potentially won't be able to ban Psylocke, right? I mean, it is because Nocturnal played even better than Cal did, I would say. I mean, we both probably could agree with that. Like, he just didn't die. The support's playing phenomenal. Keeping Nocturnal alive was a huge reason why. So there's a lot on the board. And, you know, I might even go as far to say, as it's probably not even a hot take for either of us to say this, that it doesn't really matter what you ban or pick here at the moment. It seems to be that NRG is pretty steadily in a good spot, right? It's going to take a huge map right now, you know, having a better domination or having a better convoy to be able to win right now, because it's tough. I don't know if you could even take one of these heroes out of the hero pool and really affect NRG at the moment with how they're playing.
yeah, at the end of the day, you do just have to play better, right? Like, you say, for example, you ban the Hela. At the end of the day, if they're still just playing better, they will win, right? But it's worth a shot to try banning the Hela or the Psylocke, maybe even the Adam Warlock. As we saw, just being able to provide that much damage, even the reses too, right? But what do you think that Luminosity could maybe do differently here? Do you think maybe they switch up the comp a little bit, or?
We'll have to see. I mean, I'll try to answer you in a moment. Let's go to the highlights and check out that entire matchup specifically on that map. Let's see what happened in that previous map.
Remember the dust, the lights gripping tightly, trapping all those fighting souls. But yet, across the world, I see you standing in my way. And remember the time, the place we used to fight, like the sun and moon. And I wonder if ever there was a time that we were friends. The night has fallen, shadows looming, and yes, that time has come for me to seek you out. We are set now for our last reunion. Break the chains, find your way, come find me. Do you remember who you really are? Show me that you are still the only one for me. I'll be waiting for you. Blink and open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls. Before the rift splinters again, we are rivals till the end. Rise and open your minds, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals till the end of time. We will clash, no matter where. We will fight, reaching across time and space. 'Cause you are my destiny to the end. You see the dawn, the flames burning brightly, shining on those memories. And yes, across all time I see you turning the tides. And do you see now our time, our turn? We can still fight like the wind and fire. And wonder no more that now is the only time your heart is mine. Light has fallen, darkness grows, and yes, we fight for our destiny and fate. New days smiling for the past and future. Break those chains, lead the way, fight with me. And trapping all those fighting souls. But yet, across the world, I see you standing in my way. And remember the time, the place we used to fight, like the sun and moon. And I wonder if ever there was a time that we were friends. The night has fallen, shadows looming, and yes, that time has come for me to seek you out. We are set now for our last reunion. Break the chains, find your way, come find me. Do you remember who you really?
Welcome back, everybody, to the Marvel Rivals Invitational. My name is Dustin, joined by Hank, and we're amidst this series between NRG and LG. NRG just won map number 1 on Convergence, and it was a very, very close matchup. Well, no, I'm lying. I was just lying to you. It was not close. It was pretty one-sided, Hank. It was a spawn campage going on. You know, Funk, unfortunately for him, went 13 and 15. Not to call any specific players, but kind of is. I mean, that was kind of insane. That was an insane performance from NRG. Moving forward, obviously, you posed a question to me about, what can LG do to sort of come back in this series? And I think your original point with bringing in Hella banning Hella would be a good start. But in particular, I'd just like to see some more individual players. I mean, J3 is a really good player. He's obviously, from what it looks like from the outside, he's trying to flex for a lot of these players, right? He's not usually a tank player. He's more of like a Hella one trick. I think he would be better at playing. But obviously, they're just trying to have fun, have a good time in this tournament. Obviously, it's invitational with a bunch of top teams. But in this case for LG, I would just like to see J3 play the Hella straight up. I mean, I think that would be better than Funk on the Hella. For as good as Funk might be, I think J3 could probably match Cal on that hero.
I think that would be really interesting to see if they don't ban it. Of course, that would be very, very fun, very interesting to see, or maybe whip out the Psylocke again. But we do need to switch it up a little bit, whether it's the bans or the compositions. But we're gonna get into the second match right here, and LG is not playing around. They're banning Hella immediately. They do not want Cal to disrespect them anymore like he did the last game. Absolutely just getting in their spawn chopping them, getting behind them, even the portal, even getting in the Doctor Strange portal behind them. Definitely a lot of creativity. A Jeff Protect. What? Okay, I feel like that's a little bit of a troll at this point, right? NRG is feeling a little too confident after just one match, right? Because why would someone ban Jeff, right?
Yeah, no reason. Unless they're like I don't know. Right? Like maybe they're in bronze or something. That's the only reason I could think of.
Yeah.
Hey, they're having fun. Their energy in this case, like you said, they're in a good spot. I'm sure they feel strong after that ban. Who's playing Black Widow? Who in their right mind is trying to play Black Widow right now? These guys are crazy. I'm sure there's some people in the Twitch chat. They're like, of course they're banning Black Widow. She's actually one of the best characters in the game. Pushes up glasses. She's actually so good. Her win rate is deceiving. She's actually insane. No, I'm sorry. Black Widow, definitely not that good of a hero at the moment compared to Hawkeye, which you could tell that for the side of NRG, they're definitely taking it seriously. Like you mentioned, right? They're doing those changes. Maybe they can catch NRG off guard trying to play a freaking Jeff Loki composition.
Yeah, I did say that Luminosity should maybe try out the Loki, but NRG is actually whipping out the Loki, and we saw the Jeff Protect, the Black Widow ban. Definitely some very good, useful bans right there. We got to get some Jeff on the screen. Got to try out that new 4v4 Jeff game mode, get that new skin. Right, guys? He's just so cute and lovable, right, Dustin?
Yes. He is a cute demon. He's a cute demon. That's how I would phrase it.
I don't see any reason why anyone could dislike Jeff, right?
There's haters for everything. There's got to be a Jeff hater out there. Maybe I'll be a Jeff hater. If Jeff has 1 million fans, I am the hater. I am the one hater of Jeff.
No.
Screw Jeff. Screw Jeff. Okay. He's too cute. That's my biggest complaint about Jeff.
He is too cute. I don't think we're gonna be seeing a strange portal out of NRG here.
Oh my God, they're actually doing it. And there's actually some, there's interesting spots too for Jeff to throw people off the map. So it's definitely interesting to see that pick. Adam Warlock on either side just having a ton of damage from Iron Man. Oh my God, with that Game of Charge beam from Cal, absolutely deleted We the People on that Iron Man whole combination. That was disgusting from NRG.
Yeah, Cal absolutely beaming with the Iron Man, playing those good peaks, that very good positioning. And I just realized Luminosity is only running one tank right now. They're running the one Vanguard, triple duelist, 2 strategists. Sykes absolutely just running it down right now, taking out Doctor Strange from NRG. Very well played right there, but they do not have the point right now. J3 getting in on the Loki, like I said, having the shift ability to just simply counter that dive is very useful.
Yeah, I mean, that is pretty helpful. And I like this for LG, right? Trying to mix it up, trying to change the composition to something crazy. J3 going with the assassination of Jeff, rest in peace. Goes to the top left to the health pack 2, can kind of live from Hudzik on the left side. I mean, LG took control of the point meanwhile during this, and Sykes gets another kill.
Yeah, LG definitely taking control of it right now. Sykes getting a lot of crucial eliminations right now. J3 looking to get a flank onto Nocturnal, and he succeeds, trying to get out on 50 HP. Getting hunted down by the Loki, he does manage to get out. Very well played from J3 right there.
Yeah, I like this. I mean, people meme on J3 because he's a content creator. Make fun of him for being bald, but he's not that bald, okay? He's just slightly receding, all right? Meanwhile, Funk on the top right, able to get a kill for LG. This is a great position to be in. They're looking good. Why you laugh? They're looking good, man. J3's popping off on the sidewalk. Definitely a hero he seems practiced on.
Yeah, J3 definitely putting in the work right here. Funk did switch from the Hela to the Star-Lord, as Hela is banned in this match. Out goes the Luna Snow ultimate too. I believe I heard Jeff all as well. I don't think he got anything, right? But oh my goodness, never mind. That is 2 crucial eliminations for Rack Attack.
Yeah, that is huge, but J3's still on the point with some shields, and also legendary pop by Funk to secure this fight win and just push everybody back. This is some great looks from LG so far, who looked a little shaky map number 1, not going into this. Earn a solid spot. Nice damage from J3. Try to dash through to kill Hotsick, but the heals were there. Meanwhile, 70% of the board at LG. Everybody kind of playing back right now. Obviously, you have Star-Lord flanking on Nocturne's side, but J3 is just being a nuisance. Energy right now, real thorn in the side. Nobody's even looking necessarily. Magneto walks in, same with Doctor Strange. But in the sky, J3 gets the kill on a cow. Perfect POV right now, but a legendary comes through from Star-Lord. Invisible, come back through with the Luna Snow ultimate to counter. Nocturnal able to still get one onto Sank because he was away from the Luna Snow. Not close enough for that ultimate. Meanwhile, tanks towards the point, trying to secure this objective. J3, meanwhile, can he get the follow-up kill? No, the Loki saves the Star-Lord on the left side angle. Now J3 has to back up, go invisible. Needs some heals desperately. He's able to get some. And somehow, some way, LG are still on this point. That'll be even in this fight. J3 still playing around the backside. Ultimate committed from Penny Parker. LG trying to create some space with it and control this objective. Void with the kill, but it's traded back by Cal. Cal gets another one, too, with the copy on the Loki. Can also find Sweet. So great job from Cal. But J3's eventually there. Actually pops the ultimate?
Ooh,
I
hope that was a bit of a misclick right there. And I don't think he intended to pop the ultimate there. But, I mean, at least they secured the point right here. They have Magneto's ultimate coming in. They also have Cal with the Psylocke ult coming up.
Yeah, Cal was looking quite good there on the right side angle. Mistaking him for UV, obviously, in that situation. But he's got his own ultimate, right? You just see, like you just pointed out, Hank. I mean, J3 doesn't have his ult for this next fight. And all the defensive angles are in favor of NRG. On the right side, go for the ultimate on the right angle, too. Gets one. Can he get two? Yes. Make it three, potentially? No. A little bit of enforcing of a Mantis ult there from Void, too. That's definitely interesting. Meanwhile, Fun on the outside, able to take down We the People. NRG still sitting pretty at the moment. LG sort of trying to walk in slowly. That's not good. Sykes just got picked off and delayed. A rough situation to be with. Now Nocturnal as well, able to get Void too. Funk will fall too. I mean, that's rough. You pop Mantis ultimate and lost team fight. 82% on the board. I don't even know if you get a really clean recontest here with ultimates.
Yeah, I feel like they maybe should switch to a Doctor Strange here to try to touch with Portal, but Ultimate's just coming out right now. Sykes 1 HP down. He goes. NRG just continuing to hold it down. Can they even get a touch right here?
Yeah, they do, but
like
they touched it, but it's like, how good is it really? I mean, yeah, it's just like everybody.
Down they all go.
They all ran in just to get wiped by NRG, but I mean, Hank, that was a better round from them, right? Wasn't that a better round?
That was a lot better. I feel like now that I saw that match play out, I feel like the Jeff Protect might have not actually been troll, right? Because that's a pretty easy map to just take them off the map with Jeff, right? It could have been troll, but maybe not.
It could have been good. I mean, definitely seemed
they got some value out of it, yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, I guess like the biggest point is that like a lot of heroes aren't that bad in this game, right? Like there's a lot of heroes.
I feel like no hero is bad.
Yeah. It's just some heroes are overpowered. That's about it. Like it's just like you play Jeff. Jeff's a good hero, but guess who's better? Mantis probably, right? or Adam Warlock. For as cute as Jeff is, does he bring the value that Mantis and Adam Warlock and Luna Snow can bring? In this case, it looks like more than LG, right? It seems like Rack Attack and Squad actually kind of did well.
Yeah, looking at Luminosity right here, they have the Punisher, J3 switching over to the Bucky. Maybe if they get a Rocket Raccoon out there, they could get the double infinite ammo, but they are not choosing to do so. NRG taking the Strange Portal to the point as well. It looks like they're going to run the Magneto Scarlet team up, which we have not seen yet today. So that gives Magneto the sword, which is very, very strong as well.
Yeah, some would say it turns Magneto into a real hero. They popped you on the top left. Oh my, goodbye, Sykes, dude. Poor Sykes. He's been on the backside of this absolute domination from NRG. I mean, they walk everybody. Sure, you lose Rack Attack on Jeff, but rest in peace, Jeff. He'll be missed. It doesn't matter because you take the point.
Jeff will always be missed, but it was a great sacrifice. Cal securing the last 2 eliminations. Down go Funk and We the People, and NRG is going to hold this down right here.
Yeah, I like how NRG is playing these team ups. Obviously, on the previous round, they played the Hulk and the Iron Man for that Gamma team up. And now in this situation, like you mentioned before, you know, with that sword. Also, Cal going even more aggressive with the ultimate towards the spawn. Able to get Funk. Can't find another. The radius not large enough. Nice sleep from Void in the follow-up kill. So that was maybe a bit too aggressive. Now NRG in a 5 versus 5.
Gotta love Jeff, man. Just look at him, bro. You can actually provide so much damage with Jeff.
Yeah.
The big eye coming in. Oh, that is a great stun right there. A team wipe coming in for NRG as well. You absolutely love to see that.
Yeah, clean ultimate there from Hodsick. Able to capitalize off of a 5 versus 5. And now LG. All right, 50% of the board for NRG. They could close out here, but it is the first to 3, right? It is the best out of 5. So NRG would not only need to win this map, they need to win 1 more to cement themselves in that top 3. They come through now. Nice spiderweb from We the People. Towards Hodsick on the point, however. It is a tank. It is a Vanguard, so it's hard to get those kills. Meanwhile, Bucky on this left angle. Gets slept. Huge sleep from the Mantis, but a Mantis ultimate to counter the push. On both sides, Mantises are using their ultimates, but is the damage enough to get a kill on J3, who is desperately in need of the heals? He's going to go down to Fun. Great engagement energy so far. They're looking to cement themselves even further into getting a win in this series. Another kill from Hodsick on We the People. Sykes again will go down. 80% on the board. The stagger kill's not coming through. Potentially a delayed kill comes through. Sweet will go down. And this is absolutely brutal now for LG, who are trapped in their spawn once again.
It is not fun being trapped in your spawn. It does not look like they can even get out of spawn to get a touch right here. Armband dangerous.
Baby, wait. He's crazy. He got 2, but they can't touch.
He did get 2, but very unfortunate. NRG will be going up 2-0 in the series, only needing 1 more win to move on to the winners finals to go against Nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, my takeaway there for LG is that you know Jay's looking good. Also, so is Void. I believe Void on the Mantis was standing out. Right?
They are looking a lot better than the first match, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is going forward. That's something you can definitely go with. Obviously, J3 had the most damage on the team.
J3 actually popping off, right? Look at the final hits. 10 final hits. It's like he secured every single elimination for them.
It's almost that's ooh, you know, Void was really good. Maybe swap Sykes and Void out. Maybe put Sykes on the, on the sports, and then maybe put Void onto the duelist. That could be a solution. You know, Sykes seems like he's a solid player, but at the current moment, NRG seem to have his number, right? It just seems like anytime this Punisher walks up, obviously no Rocket Raccoon with the BRB, no Adam Warlock with the Resurrect. It's gonna be tough if you're a Punisher. But at the current moment, NRG looks insane, man.
Yeah, I feel like the lineup Luminosity is running, right? They have Punisher and Bucky, but then they also have Star-Lord and Mantis, right? 2 heroes that play a crucial part in team-ups, right? Just missing the core value of the team-up, right? They don't have the Raccoon to start it up, and they don't have the Adam Warlock to secure the team-up as well, right? So I feel like they need to take advantage of that as well. It may not secure the whole victory strictly because of that, right? But it would definitely help out a lot.
Yeah, they're going to need to figure something out because obviously their upper bracket run is on the line. They would have another chance because it is double elim to go back down in that lower bracket and potentially make a comeback. But for their team, right, for LG, like you said, I mean, yeah, J3 was putting the team on his back, man. I mean, this guy, he's definitely like a Twitch streamer, YouTuber. Definitely not balding. Definitely has a full head of hair. He's definitely a top tier talent. But for NRG, right, a lot of I think you talked about it before. NRG has so many talented players in the esports scene, right? And they have been practicing Marvel Rivals pretty much every day. So, they're definitely ready for this matchup. They're definitely prepared, as you could tell. And, they've been having fun with it, right? They're everything you want to see out of a pro team at the moment. They're just kind of rocking with the Jeff, playing whatever they want, and it's kind of working as long as you got those team ups, right?
Yeah, you gotta love the Jeff pick and the team ups as well. I noticed too, Luminosity was only running one tank right there as well, a Penny into a Doctor Strange and Magneto. Do you feel if they maybe did two Vanguards, it would have played out a little bit differently, or what do you think?
I mean, maybe. I think this goes back to the original point where, like, at the moment, not to be too much of a Debbie Downer on LG, right? Because they're, I'm sure, fantastic story player in their own rights. No matter what games they've played, coming to Marvel Rivals, this is a hard game. Right, I think Marvel Rivals, it may look like a very nice-looking, cutesy game. It may look like a very cartoony game, but dang, I mean, you play ranked against some of these like sweaty players, you're gonna be in a tough spot. But obviously we'll have to see what LG want to change. In the meantime, let's take a look at the highlights from the match between NRG and LG.
Trapping all those fighting souls, but yet across the world I see you standing in my way. And remember the time, the place we used to fight, like the sun and moon, and I wonder if ever there was a time that we were friends. The night has fallen, shadows looming, and yes, that time has come for me to seek you out. We are set now for our last reunion. Break the chains, find your way, come find me. Do you remember who you really are? Show me that you are still the only one for me. I'll be waiting for you. Wake up, open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls before the rift splinters again. The arrival till the end. Rise up, open your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals till the end of time. We will clash, no matter where. We will fight, reaching across time and space. 'Cause you are my destiny to the end. You see the dawn, the flames burning brightly, shining on those memories. And yes, across all time I see you turning the tides. And do you see now our time, our turn? We can still fight like the wind and fire, and wonder no more. That now is the only time your heart is mine. Light has fallen, darkness grows, and yes, we fight for our destiny and fate. New days smiling for the past and future. Break those chains, lead the way, fight with me. And when you wake up, open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls before the rift back to you. And in a unleashing wake up, open your fries, raising resistance, smashing through time walls. Before the rift splinters yet again, we are rivals to the end. And rise up, open your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals till the end of time.
The actual main story.
Yeah.
But then it's like it's kind of most of the time.
Remember the dust, the lights gripping tightly, trapping all those fighting souls. But yet, across the world, I see you standing in my way. And remember the time, the place we used to fight, like the sun and moon. And I wonder if ever there was a time that we were friends. The night has fallen, shadows looming, and yes, that time has come for me to seek you out. We are set now for our last reunion. Break the chains, find your way, come fight me. Do you remember who you really are? Show me.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Marvel Rivals Invitational. My name is Dustin, joined by Hank the Tank, the homie, and we're back, obviously, in this series 2-0 for NRG, dude. I mean, at the current moment, NRG looks good. They're able to play whatever compositions they want. For LG, we've talked about some things they could potentially do, but, you know, this series, their upper bracket runs on the line right now. LG's got to figure something out going to this map 3.
Yeah, they definitely have to figure it out. Maybe switch up the comps, switch up the bands a little bit. Maybe figure out who's gonna play what role and all of that, because they've been switching back and forth a lot, right?
Yeah, they've been figuring things out, man. I mean, it kind of is like, this is how you figure things out as a team that's just kind of coming together. I mean, I imagine for LG, they were kind of just like, you know, put together. I wouldn't say probably not last second, but I imagine for their team, you know, they're all from different spaces. They're like, okay, what do we need to figure out roles and stuff? And, you know, coming in last minute versus teams that are like NRG, who are very well aware of the roles they want to play, very locked in. It's always going to be a hard matchup trying to figure out things on the fly, in which they're kind of doing so, right? Like we saw J3 pop off. We saw some nice plays out of Void. They definitely could figure out something here on this map number 3.
J3 was popping off with Mr. Armed and Dangerous last match as well. I'm interested to see how the upcoming game plays out. I mean, Luminosity did get it together a lot in that last match, right? They, compared to the first game, they definitely got it together. It was a lot closer. Well, maybe not that close, but it was a lot closer. They were looking more like a team there, and yeah. I'm interested to see how it goes. They need to secure the win here, though. They are down 0-2. They do not want to go to the losers this early on, right? They want to keep it going, get to that winners finals, and try to get that first place prize.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to drop down into the loser bracket, like you said, and then also they're against the hungry Euphoria if they drop down, right? I mean, that team, Euphoria in the upper bracket, close game. It was a 3-0, right, between NTMR, obviously with some technical difficulties on their end on that at number 3. But that team is very, very good, right? Euphoria is not a team you want to play against. Neither is NTMR. So for both of these teams, you know, it's a matter of keeping the tournament hopes alive, right? If you can at least get to this next round, at least secure yourself into the money, that would be huge, because if you lose now, I mean, that's scary. It's dangerously close to 4th place and being out of the money. So for the side of LG, like you said, they got to have to figure something out, right? They already tried the Hella band. Mat number 1, they tried some other bands, right? This is kind of, I guess, like, is there even anything in this process, in the pick band process, the protect band process, that they could figure out? Or is it just something in game at this point, Hank? Do they just got to figure out maybe their roles a bit more, or, you know, play around a certain player more? What does this team have to do? Because the first 2 maps, it was pretty tough.
I feel like they could maybe. I agree with you. There isn't really much they can do with. There's only so much you can do with the bands, right? Like, they need to get it together, of course, figure out the comps, maybe play around J3 a little bit, popping off on Mr. Armed and Dangerous himself in the last match. They could try the team up, maybe with the Raccoon, with Mr. Armed and Dangerous himself and the Punisher. It looks like we might see that. No, not the Jeff band. from NRG.
No.
No, and now they're gonna protect Wolverine. Okay, that's an interesting pick. The tank killer. I believe LOG only ran one tank in the last match, which would play very well into Wolverine, actually doing much more damage into the tanks. And Luminosity is going to protect Hella this time, which is very interesting. We saw Cal thriving with the Hella in the first match for NRG. I'm interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, that's so funny that for NRG they banned Jeff after protecting him. It's so brutal, man. They just immediately backstab the Shork. They just say, screw you.
It's like Jeff is just a toy they like throw around or something. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's a toy. It's a toy you give your kid, and then the dog gets a hold of it, and then they just start shredding him to pieces.
Oh, then it's just done for you. So Penny
Wait.
Parker.
Oh my god. Wait, dude. They put J3 on the Hella now.
It's almost like J3 was stream sniping us, listening to your every word, bro. That's what you wanted, man.
No, I guarantee I'm not even watching J3 stream. And I know he's like, guys, put me on Hella. I'll try to hard carry. I bet you that's that's the gist of what he's probably telling his team, because NRG, I mean, these guys are all good. Like, dude, J3 knows that every player in NRG is like a top tier player, top tier pro. Not that LG isn't, but in the hero shooter genre, J3 is probably the most experienced player for LG there, right? So you want to put him on the best character in the game. You want to put him on Hella.
Oh, definitely. NRG letting Hella go. Well, Hella went through, right? They are not running a Hella of themselves. This could be pretty interesting as well. They're running a Spider-Man Squirrel Girl lineup. We haven't seen much of either hero, right? They do actually have a team up as well. Squirrel Girl can, I believe, stun them with a web, right?
Yeah, with the penny. Yeah, with the Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, and they are using the Mantis Adam Warlock team up as well. We're gonna see some Moon Knight gaming here for Luminosity. I feel like Moon Knight's pretty good on this map as well. You can get the unks in some pretty glitchy spots.
Yeah, I mean, plus the big thing with Moon Knight is you don't have to aim, right? You could just hit the tank. Jesus, Psych's already dead. So is Funk. Okay, Hot Six. The map.
Strange.
Did he take the strange portal? Wait, did he take his own? No, did we the people just actually put a teleporter on it? Wait, what did happen to Hot Six? What?
Might be trolling a little bit. Maybe took the wrong portal. Not too sure about that one, but Hella into Spider-Man here as well. You could definitely fly Spidey when he's going around the map. But bye-bye, Cal. That is very unfortunate for you, brother. Sweet. Also, maybe going off the map. It looks like they taken themselves out. I'm not too sure what happened there.
I mean, NRG's a team of the people, right? We the people may be on LG, but it feels like NRG is a team of the people right now. I mean, they play whatever fans want to see except Jeff at the very moment. I mean, that's going to surely detract some of their fan base and maybe and some haters, but meanwhile, NRG just spamming away, just letting Squirrel Girl do whatever she wants, spam from across the map, waiting for their dive. It's definitely a interesting competition to have the Spider-Man come through, comes for Moon Knight in the top left angle, able to take down Funk, deletes a lot of the damage already. Funk going to be brought back by the BRB, but we the people also fell, and this is just absolutely insane from NRG and Cal specifically. J3, sure you get one, but I don't think you're going to be able to put the team on your back. He got two before dying, but he's going to need some help, right? Please, somebody in the lobby give this bald man some help. I swear to God.
Cal is putting in work with the Wolverine. He's showing he's not a one-trick by any means on any character. Absolutely just showing that he's a diverse gamer. Adam Warlock doing Adam Warlock things. Just extremely good damage output from him. Wolverine is... Yo, I don't know what I'm saying.
He's having fun, man. He's having fun. Into the air. Slam him down. Good. Oh, no. Never mind. He had no backup. He had no support there. Poor Cal. Rest in peace. That was definitely a little bit of overzealous ultimate, but you can see the vision, right? You can see a little bit of the vision. Squirrel ultimate, meanwhile, from Nocturnal. Forces everybody back. Nice stampede, actually. You rarely see a ton of value out of that ultimate. The Rack Attack's able to capitalize. Nocturnal also to one. Hella ultimate from J3, but he's lost everybody from the team. I mean, J3 into the Doctor Strange shield too, right into his face. I mean, whew, brutal. Back to the spawn. Less than 2 minutes remaining now. Also Black Panther for fun. Why not? He's just living up to his namesake, having fun in an FPS.
I don't think we've seen much of the Punisher turret here, have we? I feel like that's a lot of damage output they could get to possibly get them out of this spot of just being held in spawn.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if J3's contract is up with LG sometime soon. You know, maybe he'll think about joining NRG, because at the moment NRG seems to be the superior organization. Even I'm just kidding. LG Please sign me. I'm looking for a contract tomorrow. Just kidding. Meanwhile, LG walks in with the Luminosity ultimate. Minute left already. It's just brutal, right? This is just an insane ultimate there from Fun alongside his team. Back to the spawn yet again. Minute left. Fun is having fun still.
He's definitely having fun. Black Panther is definitely doing Black Panther things. Just getting in, putting the Vibranium mark on everyone. Just securing endless eliminations. Just dashing back and forth. Out comes the eye. Can they get any eliminations here?
No, it's the counter eye too. He was waiting from up top. Jesus, UV Ultraviolet with those 3 kills. 30 seconds left now for LG. It's brutal, man.
Very brutal right here. Just absolutely disrespectful from NRG. Switching the comps up every match, holding them at the spawn door. They can't even get out. Only 15 seconds remaining. Wolverine jumping around, doing Wolverine things, just absolutely frying the tanks and everyone on Luminosity. And it's looking like NRG will be probably walking away with the 3-0 victory.
I need to pick me up a thesaurus, find some better descriptors, man. Like, what else do we say besides that was disgusting by NRG? Just spawn campage. How far did they get? How many meters? 80? They got 80, 79 meters. Got to round down. Sorry. You don't deserve the 80 in this case at LG. NRG. They play whatever they want. They're going to play every hero under the sun. I think they've potentially played nearly every hero. Close.
I think they banned Black Widow in the last match, right? Now they're whipping her out.
Okay. Well, see, we're talking about Black Widow, right? I mean, compared to Hawkeye, obviously faces some challenges. But the only challenge really that Black Widow would face is, I don't know, a speedrun challenge to get into the prize pool. Because LG's kind of giving him that right now. Am I being too mean? Am I being too mean, Hank?
Maybe a little bit, but
we can
we're having fun with it.
We're having fun. You know, Void has been a bright spot for this team of LG, right? So is J3. Maybe they could put that together in the lower bracket.
Get ready.
Potentially. It's not over yet.
Yeah, they can still make it to the finals and get the first place prize from the losers bracket, right? They just would have to win 2 matches and then go against whoever would make it from the winners finals, right? But this game is still not over right here. They could get a good low hold for 4 minutes. It would definitely have to be the hold of a lifetime, right? But I don't know. Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, we could. You know what? They could still do it. They could still do. We'll be for this map. We're usually casters unbiased, but we'll be the world's biggest LG fans if they could pull this off. I mean, that would be the biggest upset of all time. I mean, 4 minutes, 1 fight, maybe 2 fight territory. It's just like the odds are stacked against them at the moment, and it cannot be understated.
Portal? Strange portal blocking off the doorway.
That was huge! Oh my god, Hotsick, he put that on the angle where Sweet was, and Sweet just walked into it. Bro was unaware. Bro was so unaware. Oh my poor Sweet, dude. I thought this guy was like a pro player. What's going on here? My god, bro just walked off the map through the Doctor Strange TP. Now Cal on the inside. A lot of spam on that inside angle. Ooh, nice shot from Nocturnal too. First Black Widow kill of the tourney.
Every little bit helps.
Not crazy. Not crazy with
Black
it.
Widow.
This place.
Wolverine trying to do more Wolverine things. Hit the low flank. Hella getting on the high ground. J3. Oh, beautiful elimination from J3 onto Ultraviolet.
This is some disrespect, dude. NRG's not even in the cart right now. They're not even on the cart. Come back. They're just going for kills.
What are they
playing
doing?
deathmatch, dude. This is just rubbing in LG's face. Okay, guys, we get it. We get it. LG's not a good team compared to NRG right now in the game. We the people's like, where's everybody at? I'm holding the cart, guys. We haven't won a single team fight, but I'm holding the cart. No big deal. Rip Sweet.
Oh.
Maybe they just want to make Sweet look bad. That's like the whole point of this match.
Yeah, maybe they have a vendetta against someone on the other team. Apparently, Wolverine taking Sykes off the map. What a play from Cal. That is the first time we've seen that this tournament.
Thanks.
The call is in. The call must have been in. Energy, dude. Energy's going for a spot camp. 2 minutes. This is 2 minutes for them to farm up their kills, dude. They're trying to, I don't know, rack up their elim amount. I don't know in what world that would matter. There's literally nothing in the tiebreaker that says you need more elims than the other team to win. Funk gonna go down to Cal. Maybe now they're finally gonna close it out. Maybe the admin's like, guys, come on, stop playing with your food. All right, we're adults here. Meanwhile, TP Sykes going for the TP and just got shot in the head twice as Doctor Strange. By God, that was something. You know, and now UV on the car, able to take down We the People, Funk as well. We'll take down Nocturnal, so that's something. That's something. With a minute and 30 seconds left, definitely could have been done sooner if NRG wanted to. Are going to close out on the map and win the series 3-0 over LG.
So NRG will be going up against Nightmare in the winter finals, and the winner of that match will go on to the grand finals to compete for that $10,000 first place prize. Well played here from NRG, if I do say so myself.
Oh yeah, I mean they look really good moving forward. Obviously, we'll have to see how they do against Nightmare in that upper bracket matchup. We're not going to want to miss that either. That'll be tomorrow for the lower bracket and upper bracket finals, and that's going to be an incredible matchup between these two teams, NRG and Nightmare. Meanwhile, obviously, Sykes and LG going down the loser bracket versus Euphoria. I mean, that's brutal, too. Look at the stats. Look at the stats. J3 cannot put the team on his back. This man's back is broken. Dude is limping. He's old enough. He's like 30. He's 30. That's well past retirement age for esports players. That's like when most esports players die, dude. That's like, we're out of commission for life at that point, bro. Carpal tunnel's adding up.
Hey, chill, bro. I'm getting to that age, bro.
I'm sorry. So I am too. We're getting up there. Old casters and old players unite in Marvel Rivals. And, you know, Hank, moving forward for LG, you know, obviously they still have a chance going forward. You know, this is obviously a fun tournament for them to compete in, to see how things go. Obviously, they've shown a lot with J3 popping off. You know, and that's about it. that's all I could say probably about LG. But overall, I mean, NRG looks so good as a unit, right?
NRG definitely does look very good. I'm actually very excited to see them go up against Nightmare in the finals. They're two very strong teams. They both did win 3-0. NRG just an absolute stomping right now, playing around, playing with their food, banning Jeff, Black Widow, just whipping every single team composition out. There is a chance they could maybe get humbled against Nightmare, or they could make it a very, very close match. Maybe they could stomp them. Who knows what could happen? It's two very strong teams, and I'm very excited to see how that match plays out.
Yeah, I mean, we have to wait and see what's going to happen. There are a lot of question marks for sure. And, you know, obviously, I bet a lot of people in chat are like probably mad at NRG for not capping out or whatever. But, you know, it's a game. Everybody's having fun, right? We're all just we're vibing. Obviously, on the other side for LG, they took the beating on the other side. But, you know, I'm sure they can't feel too bad about it, right? You know, if you want to do something about it, you got to pop off. And for LG, unfortunately, the whole series, they couldn't really do that. But for NRG, they did. And I guarantee the highlights we're about to see are going to showcase all of NRG's plays. One-sided affair would be an understatement. NRG won that series 3-0. In the first matchup of today, we also had an incredible matchup. If you want to go back in the VOD, if you missed it, make sure to check out Euphoria versus Nightmare. I mean, Hank, we watched that one earlier. That was also super close. But for NRG, they're moving forward in this tournament, going to cement themselves into that top three, put themselves in a good spot to be in contention for that $20,000 prize pool. And at the moment, like you said, they're looking like a strong team. They could probably compete with Nightmare.
Yeah, either of those teams could walk out on top. We just have to wait and see how that plays out. But both of them making it to the winners finals, both have secured at least $3,000 already from this tournament. And Luminosity will be going up against Euphoria in the losers bracket. Euphoria very hungry after losing to Nightmare, not just in this tournament, but in the previous Marvel Rivals War of Realms finals as well. They are hungry. They want to get back there and show them that they can hang with them. They can come out on top. And I want to remind you guys, once again, Euphoria did lose 0-3 to Nightmare. Nightmare coming out on top, and NRG as well coming out on top 3-0 against Luminosity. And we will be back again tomorrow with the next round of matches.
Yep, 100%. We'll be seeing you guys then. But in the meantime, obviously, we're going to wrap things up here, make it all pretty for y'all. For Euphoria, you know, it was a close matchup with Nightmare. Obviously, in the last map, they had some comeback potential. On map number 1, there was some close matches, too. So Euphoria, even though it was a 3-0, didn't really feel like a 3-0, right, Hank? I mean, it felt like a lot closer than that.
Yeah, definitely felt a lot closer. The first 2 matches just absolutely back and forth, fighting for their dear lives to capture that first point. It was a very, very back and forth. But
yeah, I mean, overall, pretty good stuff from Nightmare and from the side of NRG in this case, right? I mean, they looked really, really strong. We have to wait and see what's going to happen tomorrow. Obviously, we keep saying that, but it really is, you know, can NRG showcase their talent versus the likes of Nightmare, who have also put a show on for us in that overall matchup. And yeah, obviously, Hank, overall thoughts, feels on the day, man. I mean, it was a good day. I think overall 3-0s around the board, but I think we had some close games at points.
yeah, there was definitely some close games, some blowouts for sure. A lot of fun moments, some Jeff hate crime. Speaking of Jeff, got a beautiful
Nice
time
segue,
to
nice
promote
segue.
his brand new game mode, 4v4 Jeff only game mode, where you cover the map with your team's color of snow, and then you win. So you can earn the Jeff skin for free by simply playing that game mode. Very easy. You just complete the missions, you get the Jeff skin, and then also in the store you can purchase the new Groot and Raccoon bundle as well, Christmas themed skins, and coming shortly in a week, the Venom and Magic Christmas skins as well. All of these are absolutely fire. Do you have any favorites, Justin? Or Dustin, sorry.
I'm good with either. You know, I've changed my name so many times at this point. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, obviously, I think I'm with the Groot skin. I'm with you on that Groot skin. It looks so good, man. It looks so heckin' good.
is.
And you know what else looks good is us right now, which hopefully we'll see you guys as well. Chat also looks good too. Hopefully we'll see you guys on December 27th. So next weekend, we're going to have the Marvel Rivals Championship as well. It's going to be the elimination stage starting December 27th. You're not going to miss that. That'll be on this channel on Twitch and YouTube, guys. So that'll be super fun when we have to watch that. In the meantime, from Hank and myself for this Invitational, this is not over just yet. We have this entire weekend. Obviously, on Sunday, we'll have that grand finals matchup. This is a 3-day event. Hank, you know, for this next matchup tomorrow, it's going to be probably even closer games. We have an elimination game going on also in the upper bracket. Going to have that matchup too. Maybe do you have any early predictions? Can I poke your brain, prod your brain about it, or what's going to happen tomorrow?
I don't want to say a little something too soon, but I think Nightmare might come out on top. It'll definitely be a very close back and forth match between them and NRG, right? Anyone can win, right? We're going to see a whole lot of targeted bans and protects, a lot of strategy there. But I think Nightmare might come out on top, and then in the losers bracket, we have Luminosity versus Euphoria. I think Euphoria is very, very hungry, right? I feel like they want it more than LG, so maybe Euphoria will come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what happens, obviously, then. But in the meantime, that'll be it from us here on the Marvel Rivals Invitational. And Jake and the rest of the crew behind the scenes, wishing y'all a happy holidays and a good night. But we'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time. So the same time we went live today. Make sure to tune back tomorrow, which I believe is about 1 p.m. PST, or around 2 p.m. PST, I believe. Time zones, not my thing, Hank. Not my thing. I'm from Arizona, so I don't change with daylight savings.
I believe it is around 5 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Pacific, maybe a little bit before that, but we will see you guys then. Thank you guys for coming through and watching the stream. Amazing Marvel Rivals gameplay today, and we will see you guys tomorrow.